Welcome to episode 3 of Sidequest, a spin-off, if you will, of the No Scrubs podcast. I'm your host, Lewis, and joined with me today, a man who fucking loves to keep me waiting. Stephen, how you going?
Good. Excited. There's so many games. This will get people excited. I feel like this might be, all these showcases is a prescribed cure for video game depression.
Yeah, it's absurd, eh? It's absolutely fucking absurd how many games and showcases there were, like, recently, eh? Well, game announcements and so on. There were 6 showcases, I believe, and we've broken it down into, we're breaking down the 4 biggest ones completely, and then I've got kind of the greatest hits of the 2 smaller ones. I know it seems weird to go, the Nintendo showcase is smaller than the indie game showcase of Day of the Devs. However, half the Nintendo stuff is just like, hey, here's shit that you've already seen that's already on other platforms or has been announced for other platforms as well. Here's our trailer for it. I'm like, okay, well, we've already seen this 3 times. Like, dude, a Control Resonant is a great example of... They put that in every cunt's showcase. Everyone's showcase pretty much had that. They're like, hey, you want to see this again? And look, it does look great. But it was like, come on, man. They're like, yeah, Nintendo, mate, you can show it off. We'll put it in the PC Gamer Showcase as well. So, yeah. So we're not going to cover everything, but I think that the stuff that was the important stuff in the PC Gamer and the Nintendo Direct, we will cover those ones anyway. So we're just going to get into it. We're not fucking about. I got 12 pages of shit to go through. So the first trailer, we'll start we're doing the showcases in order. So we started with State of Play, which is the PlayStation showcase. And so they showed off Wolverine coming out on the 15th of September. So trailer showed mutants getting rounded up and captured. Showed you teaming up with Jean Grey. I was kind of like, I know they're doing it to show so you can visually see her powers easier, but I'm like, I don't know about having this purple aura over everything. Shouldn't you just be able to see her, oh, she's lifting that shit because she's putting her hand out to lift it? I don't know if I need the purple aura stuff. I know they've done that for Magneto in the past as well, but look, nitpick. It showed killing enemies on terrain and stuff. Wolverine smashed a guy into a fucking forklift and just skewered him, which was awesome. Showed about how his showed execution kills, showed off his healing factor. So if you get your ass beat in combat, you can just do a little quick time event and heal up again, which makes sense. They showed some stealth gameplay as well, and then I was like, just pure violence, man. It was a very, very violent trailer, hack and slash, and the game is more linear than I expected, and I'm like, this is good. This means it's not going to be like Spider-Man, but here's a bunch of just busy work for you to do. And I'll be honest, I was kind of not... I am a big fan of X-Men, but I was kind of going into this, I'm like, I don't really fucking care for Wolverine. I do as a character, but I'm like, this game it's going to be fine. It's more of the Spider-Man formula. Now I'm kind of like, it actually does look really good. What do you think of this trailer?
Well, it's funny you say that it's linear. It makes sense because, with Spider-Man, it's the big appeal is being able to traverse landscapes, cityscapes with his web slinging. With Wolverine, he's just a scrappy wee guy, and I actually like that it's an accurate depiction of Wolverine. He's short, he's got the hairy shoulders. Dude, when he does that dive bomb stealth on someone, I was like, yeah, cool.
I didn't hear him say Swiss cheese either, so that was a good sign. I'm sure it'll come up somewhere. I reckon it will.
I really hope that there's something you can unlock in the game where when you slash with your claws, it has a comic bubble that says snicked.
We throw him back. Yeah. So it was a really good trailer.
Very bloody.
Yeah. I think this is also, I know as well, Ghost of Tsushima, I don't know with Yotei, I imagine it does, but having cutting off limbs and stuff, but it didn't feel particularly violent. This is this is very violent. I saw someone say like, isn't it wild though? Like, it wasn't. Oh no, yeah, God of War. They compared it to God of War. Look, we're cutting a little head. But like, isn't it crazy that there's a God of War trailer there, and that wasn't the most violent game on there? When you think back of the old school God of Wars, like I'll always give that example of me playing it at like 12 years old or something, and I press circle on the harpy on the very first level, and Kratos just grabs it by the wings and then kicks like the body off the wings. And I'm like, oh my god, And now God of War's still violent. It's just Wolverine was. This is the amount of violence it needed. Because like, how are you going to make like a Sony M-rated just PG-13 Wolverine? And that is like, no, we ain't doing that. These are the guys who make Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah.
it's awesome. So Insomniac, they have done great studio already, but they've done way better than I expected with this trailer. Me being like, sick of the Sony formula, to being like, oh, something that's actually a little different. So yeah, good shit.
Good shit.
You got Marvel took on Fighting Souls, which I still think is such a mouthful. That is coming out on the 6th of August. Also, if I get, months, I've got the months as numbers, and I'm going to get some of these wrong, bro. You're going to just see me be like, July. Because I'm terrible.
I still count the, when I see like the month, and on the computer stuff, I still got to go do the same things. Like,
Yeah, I don't know, man. Some of the months, like, for me, and this is how it's always been for me. The ones like the first 4 months and the last 4 months, easy, bro. Those four in the middle, don't know, I'm fucked. September, October, November, December, bro, easy. I got that shit. I got this shit on lock. Anything in those other 4, don't know, man. And I think it comes from, growing up, I had very few friends and family. Like, there was definitely a handful. One of my best friends is in there, and I can't tell you when his birthday is, but very few friends and family that had birthdays in those months. And my brain just has never committed the number to the word. I don't know why. Should I actually spend the time to learn it? Yes. I'm a 33-year-old man. Come on now. But haven't done it. So yes, this trailer as well was the most hyped I've been for this game as well. They showed off Doctor Doom. They showed off Magneto, my fucking boy. Green Goblin, which seems awesome, but also Green Goblin gave me a vibe of like a little Joker-esque. Did you get that vibe? Like a little bit, yeah. And Carnage, which was a great lineup. And man, Axis just don't miss, man. Like, this game visually, I'm like, this is probably the best looking fighting game of all time. Like, I think Tekken 8 looks amazing, but this stylistically, I'm like, dude, this game is stunning. Looks so fucking solid. Such a great cast as well. I'm glad it looks like they let them do what they wanted and isn't just Marvel going, no, you have to use these characters like they did when they fucked over Capcom.
With Infinite?
Yeah. Where they're like, oh, no, you can't use these. Even though these characters were popular in 2 and 3, you can't actually use those characters because we're not using those right now in the movies. So you have to use these ones. Oh, you can just give that move to this character. That'll be fine.
Yeah.
So I think that they just got free reign, and it probably is because Marvel was in a fairly weakened state at the moment. So I think they're just keen to let people do what the fuck they want, and it's paying off. This looks so fucking good. Is it? Do you think you'll pick this up?
Absolutely. But it is a game where it's like, come on, hurry up. Just get it out there.
We've seen it a few times already, Ad. It's time.
But I will say one thing, though. There was one Marvel character, and I only say this because when I was a little kid, I would see him a lot in Spider-Man. It doesn't get enough representation in games. And that's Hobgoblin. Yeah. Green Goblin, that's cool. Like, but
I thought you were actually about to say Carnage, and I was going to be like, "Come on, bro! Carnage has been in a million games.
No.
Carnage, I know the people I think would be like, I think I've seen Carnage in more video games than I've seen him in like other media. So I'm glad you didn't say Carnage, but yeah, you're right, Hobgoblin. Because what's the
And
deal with Hobgoblin? He's
one of them,
is it the same guy or is it his son?
I'm not sure because there was one where one of the hobgoblins. I'm pretty sure like his civilian job was he was like a fashion designer. I just remember he was cool. He wore like an orange hood, rode around on a glider, chucked pumpkins, much like Green Goblin. But I just remember seeing him as a kid, and it's just like, cool, but we always get Green Goblin.
Yeah, which makes sense. So yeah, no, so yeah. Roderick Kingsley, a corrupt fashion designer and underworld kingpin who designed the Green Goblin's hideout. He faked his own death and framed others to keep his identity hidden. So he's completely like unrelated, but just was like, oh yeah, I designed the Green Goblin's hideout, and now I'm gonna be. Yeah, he looks cool as fuck as well, Hobgoblin.
Yeah.
You know, our boy Jesse Hobbs, right? He got the name Hobbs Goblin, which he called himself with everything, because I started calling him that as a nickname, and then I started referring to him as the Goblin.
The Goblin.
He loved it. He fucking loved it. It's like, I think his Instagram's like Hobbs Goblin and stuff. I'm like, damn. It's nice when you just say you make one of these jokes and someone's like, this is my identity now. Yeah. Dude, I was thinking though more of the Hobbs from Fable, to be honest. That's what I think of. But hey, look, it all worked out. Rayman Legends Retold. It's coming out on the 1st of the 10th. Oh, I probably also, if you don't know, Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls is a fighting game, 2D fighter.
2D tag fighter.
Yeah. So this is Rayman Legends Retold, coming out on the 1st of October. It's a remake of... I don't know if it's combining Origins and Legends, but I think it's just... Because Retold is just like... I think it's a new thing, but in the style of those ones, more or less. Because I think there's going to be some levels that are going to be very similar. They showed us some 3D kind of parts as well, and I was like, I don't remember these at all. It's been a long time since I've played. Game looks great though, visually as well. I still, obviously Legends and Origins have aged more than, than in my mind, but I think I liked that art style more at the time. However, I think they've done a really good job of like making it look very modern and still capturing a lot of the essence of those games.
Dude, I'm hyped for it. I mean, it's as close as we're getting to a 3D Rayman. I mean, the only 3D Rayman that I actually thoroughly enjoyed was Rayman 2, The Great Escape. Because it was like the first 3D one. And that was sick. That was so good. But I'm just glad that Rayman's back in the public consciousness.
Yeah. Dude, for years we're like, Ubisoft need to bring back Rayman. We've been like big advocates for Rayman. And then Ubisoft's like, oh no, we're really not doing well financially. Brings back Rayman. Look at that. It's happening. We knew it. We were right all along. I don't think these are like actually massive money makers, but they are smaller bets to place, right? And I think Ubisoft just making these smaller bets and just get a bit of revenue going in, I think will be good. It's not just, don't just make these massive games that take like 7 years to make. Make some of these smaller things as well. Dude, we might get, because it's this modern Ubisoft with what they're doing with their restructure, imagine we get another Child of Light or something. That'd be fucking awesome. That game is excellent.
I did, when this was like announced, and I was at work, I got mad because someone's like, new Rayman. Someone's like, where's the rabbits? And I was like, fuck up. Fuck your rabbits. He was
So
a man before the rabbits.
yeah, hear me out. Fuck the rabbits, but also the Mario Rabbids like tactics games, kind of fucking good to be quite honest. Like actually pretty legit.
The XCOM one.
Yeah, baby's first XCOM. It's kind of sick. It's really fucking good to be quite honest. And I give a lot of compliments to Ubisoft for someone who is the number one Ubisoft hater. Yeah, man. So yeah, that looks great. Next game was Bancho the Chef. So there's a prequel to Dave the Diver about the chef character and how he became a cooking master. It's a cooking game, but you kind of run the restaurant and stuff as well. Not for me, but that's okay. So I think Dave the Diver did really well. So I imagine this will do decently as well. Have you got any interest in this?
Yeah, I mean, I still need to buy Dave the Diver. I played the demo on Switch too. But when I saw that they were doing another game, it's like, that is cool. It means you're not. And even though it's pretty cool that they had a Ichiban DLC, it's like instead of like ringing out more DLC, they're doing a prequel. And so it just gets rid of all the diving aspects and some, because it could be like, oh, I don't really care for getting the fish and diving for minerals, but I like serve it, because in Dave the Diver you don't serve the food. I mean, you don't prep the food. You choose the menu, the fish used on the menu. The chef cuts it up, and yeah, I think the only thing you manually do is you pour the green tea, and it's like got like this little blue line, and as you're pouring it, if it like goes over that blue line, it's just like bad pour. But you're actually going to be cooking in this game, so it's like, yeah. And I'm also, it's kind of refreshing that it's not pixelated. It's in its own art style. So yeah. No, this seems like something I would play.
Cool. Yeah. Looks like a fun wee time. This game, Kimuri. So this is coming out next year. Third-person hack and slash game with a bit of ranged combat as well. So it's hunting what appear to be demons of some variety. It showed off some character transformations as well. They looked like possibly demonic transformations. Game was super stylish.
Yeah.
Really, really stylish. It looked really fast-paced and fluid. Like, looks really, really slick. Showed off 3-player co-op. And I'm going to be honest, man, there is a little K-pop Demon Hunters energy in here, which some people are like, oh, well, it's Japanese, so more J-pop. And I'm like, yeah, but look at where it drew probably a little inspiration from. Not entirely, because it would have been in development before then, but it's a very similar energy about it, which is great, because that movie... Have you seen it?
No.
You should watch it, man. It's actually a fun wee time. Well, not necessarily you, but while we had a friend group that a long time ago got really into K-pop, and there were a bunch of like metalheads, and I'm like, I don't get it. I still don't get that whole thing, but most of them grew out of it. But then I watched that movie, and I was like, man, I mean, the songs weren't the thing I enjoyed about it that much, but I was like, oh, this is good, man. It's a good movie. So yeah, this looks really fun. Definitely on my list. It has my attention.
It's got my attention. Also, the lady presenting it was so adorable.
Where was she? Do you remember where she was from? Because she is she's like a popular figure. She was known for doing some fun little poses on stage back in the day. She was with Platinum Games and then Tango Gameworks. Yeah, she seems very. But she was the initial creative director of Ghostwire Tokyo, lead concept artist on The Evil Within. It's so funny, like this really really like wholesome Japanese woman, and then she's like working on these like dark games. Like she did art on Evil Within 2. She also worked on art for Street Fighter 5.
Hey.
Yeah, so I like Suga. She's got a great presence as well, and we don't see a lot of women directing games, which is cool. And you don't see a lot of people go from an artist to a game director as well. So that'd be interesting to see how she goes. As like she was, they said she didn't. She left Ghostwire Tokyo. Tango Gameworks before the game came out. So she was the initial director, and then so this will be her first. If she sees it all the way through, probably the first game she's like at the helm of like directing when it releases. So cool, really fun looking game. It's not a day one for me. There's going to be a lot of variables, but definitely on my list, on the short list. That's what Stephen calls the list.
The list.
Next game, Tomb Raider Legacy of Atlantis. So it's coming out on the 12th of February next year. Reimagining of the first game. It visually looks like very like faithful to the original game. So Tomb Raider's it's a third-person action game, but who the fuck didn't know that? Tomb Raider's been around forever. Looks great. Looks like they're doing a really good job. I've never been a massive Tomb Raider guy myself. I just didn't really get to play a lot when I was younger of it. But whenever I dabbled at a friend's house, I was like, this seems real cool. Oh, also, the PS1, because they were still figuring it out when Tomb Raider came out, I believe. And I don't think they knew how to put the soundtrack in properly. So there's a lot of like this really like eerie kind of empty noise, like just in parts of Tomb Raider, and the first Tomb Raider's got like a weird tension to it because of it, but it's kind of cool. I don't think that'll be the case here, but yeah, no, Tomb Raider's a classic, so good shit.
I'm excited for it. Like at first, I was like, oh yeah, I like the fact that they announced that they've got a brand new Tomb Raider coming out, but they also have this remake as a bit of a gap stop between there. And it was just when I was real hot off the heels of the Survivor trilogy. And then I was just like, oh, but what if I like gritty Lara Croft? And then I saw the first trailer. I was like, this is cool. I'm excited. And then we saw this one, and it's like, doesn't need to be gritty. This looks just fine. I'm gonna get this.
Did you finish the third one in the end?
No.
You did play the other two back to back, and then got on the third one. That's a lot of Tomb Raider back to back.
I did get my tomb was raided and burnt out for a bit, so I was like, I'll just put a pause on this for now. And I'm also lost.
I'll raid that fucking tomb, baby.
There's not much in it.
It's very funny. I've got a delay on your camera, so I didn't see you move forwards. And then you said that, and then you moved forwards. I was like, "Oh, what the fuck?" I don't think it's going to be delayed in the upload because it saves locally. But yeah, that's hilarious. So the Lost Wild is coming out next year sometime. First-person survival horror game where you hide and escape from dinosaurs, and looks really high production as well. Like the game looks amazing. This looks really good. I know that this is kind of been done before, but not properly. Like, what was the Capcom? Was it Dino Crisis?
Dino Crisis, yeah.
And that's kind of a survival horror in a way, with dinosaurs. So this is kind of This kind of feels like Dino Crisis inspired in a way. It's cool. Look, like I say, visually as well, looks great. I think that's what we need for this type of game. I'm interested.
It does look great, but fuck, man, do I feel duped. Unintentionally duped. When I saw that, you see the gate, you see dinosaurs, it's like, oh, they're gonna make a gritty fucking Jurassic Park game. This is Jurassic Park. I'm calling it here. This is fucking Jurassic Park. Was it? Oh!
Yeah. it would make sense. Maybe this is why it was the Lost Wild, and they were like, we want to do the Lost World, Jurassic Park, the video game, and they're like, no, and they're like, okay, it's the Lost Wild. We're making our own thing. Sorry, we didn't say the Lost World. We actually said the Lost Wild. This is a completely different thing. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You misheard us.
But no, you're absolutely right. High production. And I imagine you're going to get the spooks having a fucking velociraptor just creep up and, I don't know, tear out your spinal column.
Yeah, man. Yeah, just like that. Dude, that is still one of the, I think, such a great horror scene and like tension done right in the first Jurassic Park when they're in the kitchen and just getting stalked by those velociraptors.
With the shadow of the velociraptor.
And the claw just tap, 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 dude. It's actually like an insane, like perfect scene. So yeah, good shit. Phantom Blade Zero. Look, it's a Souls-like. Yes, I will be playing it. We've seen this heaps of times now. They said we're going to see more late summer this year. We don't need to see this again. We actually don't. I think this looks great. I really, really like everything that I've seen on this game so far, but they're like, oh, we'll show you again late summer. Don't show me until the game is ready to fucking come out. That's all. That's it. You've showed me this like 3 times. It's that Sheen, this is the 3rd time you've brought this in to show and tell this week, you know? But looks great.
sorry, that Ultra Lord reference took me a while.
Yeah, it's fine. I didn't do it much justice. So, looking forward to when that's ready to come out.
Yeah.
Dune Awakening coming out 22nd of September. So this is already on PC. This is like an open world survival game in the Dune universe. Looks great. It's online. Yeah, it's an online multiplayer game. They've just added single player as well, so you can actually survive in the dunes of Arrakis by yourself. I know a couple of things. Yeah, looks good. Survival game, so not up my alley, but
the spice melange. That's all I really know about Dune.
All I know is, man, when I was watching Dune and I just got some like camera panning over the desert, then it went. That's all you need to know. And actually, those scenes, I'm like, it's good shit, man. When you're in like in an extreme screen and it's just like the whole fucking cinema shakes when they do that, you're like, fuck. Yeah, I love that shit. Dynasty Warriors 3 Complete Edition Remastered. Bro, you gotta cut out like 2 of those words, bro. Dynasty Warriors 3 Remastered. Would be fine.
Yeah.
It'd be fine. It's coming out on the 1st of October. I don't know if it's this one or one of the other ones. But this could have been my first all-nighter. It was either this or playing... I had 2 in a similar time in my life. One of them was playing... I had a Korean friend and we played Dragon Ball Z Budokai and we played Maple Story, he showed me that, and some Korean Bomberman browser game.
Hell yeah.
And the other all-nighter I did, similar age, was Dynasty Warriors. At my boy Matt Code's house. Shout out. Still boys to this day. So it does have a place in my heart, but I just have outgrown Dynasty Warriors.
Or Musos.
Yeah. You play them with different skins on them and they're still all the same game. I hear the new Dynasty Warriors, the latest one I hear, is very, very good. So yeah, if this will be for people who have nostalgia for it, because Dynasty Warriors 3, I feel like this is around the time it really started ramping up, and then the formula didn't evolve from there.
Also, I thought the date next to it was your predicted score.
1 out of 10. Brutal. No. Dynasty Warriors I don't think could be any less than like, well, actually that. When they kind of soft rebooted it, they did that first one they did, like, it's open world Dynasty Warriors. And it was just, there's the meme of like, game, and then it's like you, enemy, chest, right? Like close together. It's like open world game, you, gap, enemy, gap, chest. And that was kind of what that Dynasty Warriors was. Dynasty Warriors was good because it was like you were never far from action, and you go around and at the end of the level it's like you killed 300 guys, and you're like, yeah.
Well, that's what I liked about One Piece Pirate Warriors 4 is yep, there's the moment you walk when you start the game, start the level, and you're walking to the map, but outside of that, you are always crowded. There, you are always, if you swing your weapon, you're always going to hit like a wee guy.
Yeah. And the mobs are just there for you to just kill and farm, and then you get the boss fights.
Yeah.
And that's where the real game is. I think it was 3. Once again, I can't remember for sure, but you could fight Lubu fairly early as like an optional mission on one of them, and he would beat the fuck out of you, man. He was so scary. He just like chasing after you, and you're just like, nah, bro, I'm fucking out. Dude was terrifying.
I gotta say, one of my favorite Muso moments is in One Piece Pirate Warriors 4. Long story short, there's a pirate called Blackbeard, and he's got 2 powers. And one of the powers is tremors and earthquakes. But one of his moves is he essentially just grabs onto the screen, like the gaming screen, and he just spins it upside down. And and then like sends it back, but when he spun it upside down, all the enemies just fall into the sky, and then when he rotates it back, they all come back down. It's such a sick move.
That's fun, man. I love that shit. Fourth wall breaking, but that's great. The next game was No Rest for the Wicked 1.0, coming out in October. So this is a top-down Souls-like action RPG with a heavy emphasis on co-op and like a shared like kind of living space for your bases and so on. It's kind of Dark Souls meets Diablo is like the best way I'd describe it. And this game is fucking excellent. Stephen and I have played a bit of it. We played a little bit of it together, and then I started a new character and just ended up finishing all the early access content solo. I was like, I was hooked, man. The formula is really, really good. So yeah, when this comes out, man, we're coming back. We'll do another stream of it again, and yeah.
Have more we'll do before it comes out. I'll look up a more focused build that complements your play style.
Yeah, because I kept going. I was like charging up, and Stephen would have to get out because I'm charging up a big attack, and then if he didn't move, I'd just fucking smack him.
I have another mate who'd be keen to join us, because Gage owns it as well, and he's been like holding out for the multiplayer mode.
Sick. Yeah, man. Yeah, we should get the 3 of us on. But look, as long as when we're live, one of you two don't say words you're not supposed to say.
Yeah.
I know what it's like when you two are together.
We'll do a practice run.
As soon as you get in, you drop it. Like, all right, we're ending stream.
But yes, no.
Looking forward to that.
Looking forward to, in fact, a awesome moment about No Rest for the Wicked. I was talking to a co-worker who loves his Souls likes, has a PS5, and I was like, do you have a PC? He's like, no. I was like, damn, because No Rest for the Wicked, fucking great game. Then like State of Play happened, and then next day I go to him, it's like, that game I was talking about? It's like, yep. It's come to PlayStation, don't even worry about it.
Yeah, apparently not Xbox yet, because they were like, we are struggling with the Series S to get it to work the way we want it to work.
In time.
Onimusha Way of the Sword, coming out on the 25th of September. So this is a 3D action sword fighting game. Looks a little Souls-like, just a little bit. But I think it is more traditional action game. So the English voice acting was a little much, I found. So I feel like this is a game where you'll probably be like, I'm going to play this in Japanese. It looks like you may be turning into some kind of demon form at some point, which I believe they've done in the previous games as well. The boss fights, like these big bosses in this, which look awesome to fight. It looks really fun. And yeah, I'm going to play the demo at some point. So if I gel with the demo, I'll be like, fucking Capcom got me again, those bastards. It'll be a massive year for Capcom as well if this hits. You know, it could be... Let's be honest, the Monster Hunter Stories has been like not a massive hit, but you know, it's been decent for them, and I think it looks great. But Resident Evil, Pragmata, and then if this hits as well, bro, this is look, I don't want to spoil the No Scrubs Game of the Year awards, but Publisher of the Year is looking pretty likely it's going to be Capcom. I'm just saying.
There are. So I've had this conversation with you before that it feels like, oh, is there just like a lot of samurai Eastern mythology games coming out? And then I thought, well, okay, we're noticing it now, but like for a long time, there was so many medieval based fantasies that were sort of kind of gelled together. Like I would have a hard time picking out the differences between Dragon's Dogma and Skyrim. So we have a lot of like samurai-esque games coming out, but Onimusha is the one that I'm looking forward to because one, it was an IP I remember hearing about when I was little. Two, Capcom, and three, it just looks kind of sick.
Yeah, great presentation.
Yeah,
yeah, looking forward to it. I feel like as well, Capcom though, you don't need to show this off again. We're done. We're done. Okay, it's looking good. Maybe like just one last release trailer, like the day before or something, like or 2 days before, whatever release week. Be like, hey, coming out now. Here you go. But otherwise, we don't need to see this again. We've seen it many, many times and it looks great. Next up, Silent Hill Downfall. Coming out a day before Onimusha, 24th of September. So this is a first-person stealth horror game. So this shows off a heavily locked-down facility, which I thought was interesting, and also a terrifying vibe. Monsters like scurrying around in the darkness. Appears to be... You appear somewhat defenseless in this trailer, but I believe we've seen ones where you have a gun. I don't think we've actually seen the melee combat or the shooting, but I would think we've seen you with a weapon and with a gun in different trailers. And there's a quote at the end that said, "Fear the truth behind the static." I think they've got the vibes for this down. I think the vibes are like really good, really tense. Cool to see them doing different things with the Silent Hill IP as well. They seem to be giving that Konami are like, hey, oh wait, no, sorry, auto-corrected. It's Silent Hill Townfall. It keeps auto-correcting to Downfall, being like, hey, that's what you mean. No, it's Townfall. Yeah, so the studio is a Screen Burn. What are they known for, Stephen? You know what these guys do, right?
They're known
I'm going to put you on the spot.
They're known for unhappy monitors.
True. Oh, they've got Observation, Stories Untold, published by Devolver. So, interesting. So yeah, it looks like they've been working on this for a while, and we'll see how it goes. They don't have any massive notable hits right now, but this game looks really good, and interested to see more.
Probably not really my thing, but I'll happily watch you play it.
Yeah, but I'm also a pussy. The next game, Ace Combat 8, Wings of Thief. Is that pronounced Thief?
Okay.
I'm going to pronounce that Thief.
Or Thief. Yeah, so I was just like, when I first saw that, I was just like, Wings of Thieves. Wait a minute. Thief? Thievy? And I was like, Ace Combat.
Yeah. Coming out the 2nd of October. So it is a jet fighter simulator with over-the-top stories. People who like Ace Combat fucking love this shit. People are all about it. Doesn't do much for me personally. Like there's like it's weird because they're very serious, but there's almost like a campiness because they're so serious. Like, yeah. So there's a pre-order bonus to get Ace Combat 0, the Balkan War. And my understanding is they've done this before, where it's like, hey, pre-order the game and get this game for free. However, you can't buy the the game that they're bundling in for free outright. So the only way to get these previous versions of the game on your platform is to pre-order this game.
Wow.
Which is just, yeah.
FOMO works in mysterious ways.
Yeah, I think what they should do is be like, hey, pre-order this to get this outright, and then like 3 months down the track, go, okay, here's that game by
time to release it
for $40 or whatever, $40 New Zealand. Like, hey, you can buy this now. I think would be an idea in that way. You're not just locking out, because then that's also you're leaving money on the table. You could sell this to people to make money. Yeah. You reckon you dabble?
I would say no, but what if I just go on Steam and there's like an Ace Combat game that's dirt cheap, and I was like, fuck it, why not? And I was like, actually, this game's quite compelling, so who knows? Who knows?
Never say never.
You just did.
Stuntman Hollywood. Stuntman driving game. They showed off some Back to the Future Death Race and a bit of Fast and Furious in there as well. This game looks fucking sick, man. It looks like a lot of fun. So I believe there's been others, but not in a long time. There was a game back in the day on the Xbox 360 called Split Second, which had a similar kind of energy about it as well, that I really enjoyed. It was published by Disney, I think, as well, which was interesting. I think I've talked about Split Second on the show before. Yeah, this game looks really fun. I don't think it's a game that I'd be picking up in a hurry. I'd probably wait for it to go on sale, but yeah, looks good. Any interest?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, especially when like they had that thing where it's just like, oh yeah, cars, cool. And then it shows like someone whipping out in the DeLorean. And I was like,
yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
And also I reckon this would be pretty good. It's just like they will probably be able to just print DLCs.
Yeah. They'd have to pay a little bit of licensing, but yeah. Absolutely, they could do a shitload. I think they showed off Knight Rider in there as well. Cool. The next game, Ill, or as it reads here, it looks like I.
L or 3.
3. Coming out 2027. So this is a first-person survival horror game. Showed some shooting, some melee combat. So it's like you're in a hospital and a bomb goes off, and then once you kind of come to, there's just blood everywhere. There's monsters all over the place. Visually, if the game releases looking like this might be one of the best looking games ever. Like genuinely it looks fucking stunning. It's crazy. Everything looks fucking disgusting in the best way. They showed as well this giant head crashing through a wall. There's a character that's like urging you not to go back to this facility, and you're like, nah, bro, I'm built different. And then you have to deal with these fucking horrors. I'm not like I've dabbled some horror games. I absolutely adore Dead Space, and that. But so I'm not like a big horror guy. But I'm like, this looks real fucking good, man. This looks awesome.
It looks spoopy and gross.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's the gore isn't like just we're gonna do the gross gore thing like they do in movies, so you just feel sick. It's just like it just looks. It's different. It's just good shit.
Like I said, it's like I probably won't watch it, play it, but I'll watch other people play it.
Yeah, I might watch it, but under the covers, so I can...
And you're shivering. Like, oh.
I'll call my mum, be like, can you come over?
No, I like the idea of, like, it's you and Keith just in the bed holding the covers up. A real Shaggy and Scoob sort of moment.
Yeah, he does have his little Scooby-Doo collar on, very fitting.
Yeah.
This
Zoinks.
game, Control Resonant. So, like I alluded to earlier, this is on like every fucking showcase right now. It's coming out 24th of September. So it's a third-person action game where you've got powers. So they shows like they refer to these characters as resonants. and I believe you are as one as well. So they let you out of like some kind of prison to defeat these other residents, which, let's be honest, is probably going to fucking backfire because this shit always does. We're going to let out this powerful person to kill these powerful people, and oh no, he turned on us because we imprisoned him and we were going to fuck him over again. Oh, how could we have seen this coming? I assume. But yes, dude, it looks great. I love seeing Remedy doing cool shit. I think he was experimented on by what's alluded to in the trailer. So, yeah, I definitely don't think they need to keep showing it off now, though. I think, though, so they've got a new CEO at Remedy, and I think their games have always underperformed, so I think they're trying to market the fuck out of it.
That's the guy who was just like, our games, Control should have, and Alan Wake should have sold more.
Then I was like, but yeah, put Alan Wake 2 on Steam then, you coward. But this game is coming to Steam as well. I think it's coming to Epic as well, and of course PlayStation, because it's on the showcase, and probably Xbox, and who knows, fuck it, maybe the Switch as well. I think it is.
Maybe I'll play Control.
Yeah, man, it goes cheap as well. Control's really cool. There's so many documents in the game, though. Don't read them. There's too much fucking reading. Holy shit.
But that's environmental storytelling, isn't it?
Yeah, but dude, I saw people who were like, man, I love reading like intel and documents and games, but this was too much for me. This is what I've seen people say. Like, oh fuck. Yeah, looks good. Looking forward to it.
Just come out.
Well,
just get
come
done.
out. It's time. Pride Month, come out.
Yeah.
Marathon Season 2 Nightfall, which is out now. So they showed off a lot of flares and using thermal sights, new equipment, weapons, new character. Or what do they call them? As a new shell. So yeah, I have to get back to this with the lads at some point when I've got time, but who the fuck knows when I'm going to have time. There's so many fucking games that are coming out, and I have so little spare time right now. But I do want to play it. RuneScape Dragon Wilds. This is coming out fall 2026. So it's a third-person survival adventure game in the RuneScape universe. So my biggest problem with these survival games is so few of them come out of early access. They're gonna have this full release for sure, which is great. So I think this is great. I think this is a great move as well to move RuneScape in that direction where you've already got a world with a bunch of lore, whether it's good or not, I don't know. I'm not a RuneScape guy. Dude, I remember my younger brother telling me about RuneScape. We were in primary school, and he's like, "Oh, I played this game the other day at my friend's house. It was really cool. I thought it was called, I think it was like Run Escape." I'm like, "Do you mean RuneScape?" He's like, "No, that's a different game." It was fucking RuneScape. And motherfucker. Yeah, I remember going to Tutorial Island. I burnt some fucking shrimp, and I was like, "Oh, bro, this is guy. This is fucking guy." Yeah, I sounded like our dear friend Jordan back then, before, 15 years before I met him. But
yeah. Yeah, no, I was just like, I remember being a kid. It was my two RuneScape memories is one is a bunch of my mates in primary school. We were playing it, and one of our friends who sort of like led them. He's like, "Don't worry, we're a little bit higher level. We'll take you out. We'll get you to kill some monsters, get you some experience." He's like, "Awesome." They take him out, they kill him and steal his stuff, and then for the next couple of days, like, "Guys, give me my stuff back." The other one was
kids are the worst.
The other one was like, someone was like, let's play RuneScape, and I was like, "Yeah, all right." Now, what was stopping me from getting back into it? I was like, it looks ugly, and Tutorial Island. I made an account, went on Tutorial Island. I was like, nah.
Nah, ball, I'm out.
Nah.
Yeah, looks interesting. We got a couple of boys that might be interested as well. Anyway, our boy Aaron loves a bit of RuneScape, and my old mate Alex Wright. I didn't know he was a RuneScape guy, and then he made an entire like Twitch channel dedicated to old school RuneScape at one stage. I'm like, what the fuck? So, yeah. PS Classics getting some new games, or some new old games. Are getting
Gitaru?
Guitar. It's Gitaroo. It's like Gitarro. So it's supposed to be like Guitaro Man, but they spelt it all funny to be all silly. Gitaru Man, Psyops, The Mindgate Conspiracy, and Onimusha Dawn of Dreams. Which Dawn of Dreams is probably, if you're considering playing the new Onimusha, then look, probably cool to play some of the old ones.
Gitaru Man looks like Unjammy Lammy on some on drugs, and that's cool.
Very much so.
I remember I played. I think a family friend lent us Psyops. Being a shooter man with psychic powers, a nice little twist for the time. Yeah,
I was just swallowing a pill. Sorry.
That's a hard pill to swallow.
It is when you try to rush it because you've stopped talking. We're professional here at the No Scrubs podcast.
He's just like,
no dead air here.
What's on that pill? It says like, FromSoft make shit ports. He's like, what?
Yeah.
Not shit, just.
I was taking some magnesium deep sleep. So hopefully I can have my second good sleep this week. I've had one, which is good. I was happy with that one good sleep. And then the universe was like, that's all you're getting, dog. That's it. You're going to be awake for 3 hours for no reason tonight. I'm like, God damn it. So, yeah. But no, you're right. From Software do not do great ports. They do not do great technical work. They just have, I think, the best art design and art direction in the business. Not the best graphics, but the best gameplay. So the best music. I think that they're so good at the things they're good at, and they're real not good at the other things that they're not good at. Gotta take the good with the bad. God, I wish they do a good PC. Until Dawn 2, which was a surprise. Released in 2027. These are Choices Matter games. So very narrative heavy. The guy with a very thick Australian accent, who was played by a guy from Stranger Things. There's a guy from Baldur's Gate 3 as well, who plays everyone's saucy vampire. So you're on an abandoned island to film content, because everyone's like content creators. And you fake your ghost hunting stuff, and then a masked person just starts chasing people and hacking them up. So there's a quote that I saw that it's like, they said, everyone can live, everyone can die. So there's like, you can have perfect runs where all of your characters, all the players survive. Well, all the characters survive, which I think's fucking cool. Like, just based on your choices. So there's a game as well that's like, I do want to play the first one at some stage. Alex isn't too into horror, but I think playing it with your partner is probably a fun thing. And either you do, there's two ways. You either do it, you make a choice each, or they just watch you, or you just watch them play. So yeah, but it looks fun. Looks like it's got a good cast. So
it has that guy. I'm pretty sure it has that guy, who was in the first one. The slicked back hair. I'd be like, where the fuck have I seen him before? He's got like quite a grisly voice, and I was just watching an episode of Body of Proof, and I was just like, that guy. What other work has he done? Looks at his Wikipedia, it's like, oh, Until Dawn.
Oh shit. Look at you, recognising people.
Yeah, especially in video game form.
Oh yeah, brother. Yeah, I'm interested to see, like, how it does as well when it's out. I still, once again, I want to play the first one. I heard the remaster of the first one was worse than the original, so I might just play the original at some point. I still don't know how to pronounce this, but God of War Luffy?
Luffy.
Just like Luffy.
I'll say Luffy?
Yeah, something like that. I know. All I know is the last part is Faye because she's known as Faye.
Yeah.
So this is a third-person action game, likely with light RPG elements because it's Sony. That's what they do. You play as Kratos' dead wife, Faye, in the afterlife. Not his first dead wife. This is his second dead wife. You don't play as his dead daughter Calliope either, just for the record. Just letting everyone know. I can't remember the name of his first dead wife though.
Like he's bad with wives.
Yeah, God, fuck. What are you doing? At least you didn't kill this one yourself. God.
At least her ashes aren't like stained onto your skin.
When are they ripping this video game man out for being tricked into killing his family by Ares? Oh God, I love God. It doesn't sound like I do from me talking this shit, but I do. So the game seems to start off with God of War 2018 kicked off as well. Of you doing your funeral for Faye. Showed off you've got a little animal companion. They've added jump. You've got a jump back in the game now as well, which you didn't have from 2018 in Ragnarok. So there's heaps of aerial combat like in the old games. Quick time events like in the old games as well, which we'll see. As long as they don't abuse it, I'm okay with a few quick time events. So you get to this opening, you start seeing these magical creatures getting grabbed, and then Faye gets grabbed, and then you see you're captured by another god. She does. Yeah, puts a mean scrap. So yeah, she gets captured by another god, and there's some fiery demon creature with this other god, and then you find a talking cube who's played by Jack Quaid from The Boys. Yeah. Oi, Yui. Oi, Yui. Zeus has got me soul. We gotta go find Zeus. Oh God. And yes, and the talking cube, Frank the Cube, is a little bit millennial cringe in a way, but it is what it is. I actually like Jack Quaid, and he's the one nepo baby everyone likes, because he's a good actor. He seems like a good dude.
Son of Dennis Quaid.
Yes, yeah, the very Dennis Quaid. I don't know why you said that one. the very Dennis Quaid.
Not the partial Dennis Quaid.
The one and only Dennis Quaid. The fucking hell. I'm tired, bro. This took me so long to get these fucking notes. I tell you what.
They also call him
right.
D Quaid. They don't.
D apostrophe Quaid. The Quaid. Oh God. There's a voice by. So there's talking ribbons on the sword, which they were like, oh, the talking sword. Like, no, actually, I'm the ribbons. You're like, oh, okay. Cool. There's this. It's Perlina Lau, who is I reckon I heard the accent. I'm like, it's Kiwi, so she's a Kiwi of Chinese heritage, which is cool. We don't get too many Kiwis.
Yeah.
In these games. Yeah, so it does mention the gods. That it's the afterlife of the gods. So I wonder if we're going to see all these other gods that Kratos has killed. If we're going to see Zeus and Ares, that one. Yeah.
Well,
and there's a many more gods that he's killed as well. Poseidon, dude, that's one of my favorite scenes in gaming.
The
spoilers, I guess, if you haven't played these 20-year-old games, but come on, man, you've had a while.
The thing that got me is they show one like the big demon you see at the when those guards have you, and I was just like, he kind of looks like he's from like Japanese mythology or something like that. And then the lady next to him is like, she kind of looks Egyptian. Is this just like...
I've heard that she is Tibetan, but I haven't confirmed that myself, but that's what I've seen a few people saying. So. Yeah, but it's interesting seeing these other gods. Well, I think that's cute. So I was kind of hearing the rumors. I was kind of like, I don't know if I'm going to be into this. Like, how can you have a God of War without the God of War? Because some people were like, yeah, but God of War 1, it's about Kratos becoming the God of War. So it was called that before he even was it. And I'm like, yeah, but it also centers around him killing Ares, who at the time is the God of War, until he takes over from him. So God of War, the name of the first game, may not have even been about Kratos. It may have been about Ares, technically, and then he takes on the mantle. So, yeah, so I kind of get it, but also there's a good chance I'm going to play it, because I've played every other God of War. I've finished all of them, even Ascension, even the PSP games as well. It also showed you, like, she gets powdered. You're like, knocking the souls right out of these enemies. Cool. And the
that
boss fight
so
with the fiery
satisfying.
demon. Yeah, the boss fight with the fiery demon looked really good as well. And you see Frank the Cube backing you up in combat, and it's a little cheesy with him, the way he's just sliding around, bumping into people, but the game still looks really, really good. The key art they're using, though, is fucking ugly, and I don't know why they're using that key art. Hopefully that's not actually the cover art of the game, but yeah, the game looks really good. I will probably day one it. I think it's very likely. And they didn't put a date on it, but I'm assuming next year sometime. But you don't have a PS5, so you won't be getting it anyway.
No.
And it won't be coming to PC.
No.
Sony said no.
Sony said,
yeah.
Fuck y'all.
So that is... We're an hour in. It's going to be a long show. That was State of Play. And I think overall it was good. Well, there wasn't much in there that absolutely blew me away. But the things that I already kind of expected to be there, like Wolverine and God of War, looked far better than I expected them to look. I'm more hyped for them now than I was before. So, yeah, it's a good showcase. What was, for you, what was the big standout for you? What out of all of these, which would be the most likely you'd get, but I guess which would be Marvel, Tokon. But what stood out to you the most?
Okay, I'm not gonna say Tomb Raider, because when we saw the announcement trailer for that, I was like, hell yeah. I gotta say, Rayman. It's about time
Rayman?
they put some respect on him.
Yeah, man. Rayman. Yeah, Rayman was great, to be honest. Looked awesome. I think for me, while there were many standouts in this, like there's very, very few that I think don't seem good. L looks amazing. Really blown away just by that visually. I'm not even really a visuals guy. I'm not like a fidelity guy for the most part, but I'm like, fuck, this game looks insane. But probably God of War Buffet is probably the one I'm most looking forward to, and most likely day one-ing out of that list. So yeah, good showcase. Very, very impressed. We get a Summer Games Fest. The Jeff Keighley birthday bash, as some are saying. Some are calling it. The what did I say before? The Dennis Quaid. Fuck, the full Dennis Quaid.
The very Dennis Quaid.
That's right. That's even dumber. The very Jeff Keighley. Yeah, big. I love what Jeff Keighley's doing. Shout out Jeff Keighley. So opened up the show with Resident Evil Veronica. So they're dropping the code. It's just Veronica 2027. So first person. Seemed very French. I was surprised with the French.
But that little old lady.
Yeah, the old ciggies in the ashtray as well. You see them there. Very unnerving trailer. Really good. And it's been rumored to be in the works for a while. I was hearing people say that, because I didn't know much about this game at all. People were saying this should have been a numbered release in Resident Evil for how important it is lore-wise. So, Yeah, I'm not a big Resident Evil guy. Like, look, I actually did just pick up Resident Evil 4 because it was fucking dirt cheap on Steam. Like, I don't know how Capcom they just do this shit. Yeah, $16 New Zealand, bro, for the Resident Evil 4 remake. Fucking crazy. I was like, if I never play it, bro, it was $16 or $17. I'll have it in the library. Yeah. So, are you gonna get spooked, Stephen? No, you'd have to catch up on a lot of Resident Evil like me as well, I imagine.
Yeah, dedicated fan base with yeah. I feel like Resident Evil isn't a series I could just jump in. It's like, oh, new Resi game. It's like none of these characters mean anything to me.
That's fair. So a new Cuphead game was announced. They mentioned that it's hand drawn. The trailer was real silly, and they had like a puppet news announcer. I thought as well, for a trailer that showed us none of the game. I liked this trailer a lot. It had a lot of personality, but the reason why I think they got away with it was that they also announced Mighty Cuphead Adventure. It's a 2D 8-bit action platformer. And at first I was thinking it looked very like arcade inspired, but no, this game can be played on a Sega Mega Drive. Genuinely.
That is sick.
Yeah, I think the Mega Drive 2, what do they call it over there? Is it like the Genesis, maybe?
The Genesis, yeah.
Yeah. You can play this on a Sega Genesis. Like that, I think they're gonna I imagine they're actually gonna get some cartridges out as well. I really think they're gonna do that. Also, I heard people saying 8-bit, but isn't the Genesis a 16-bit machine? 16-bit. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, 16-bit. Everyone's saying this is an 8-bit game, but yeah, it's probably more 16-bit. That's fine. But yeah, looks great. I'm probably going to day one this, to be honest, because I love the first Cuphead, even though I never got to the DLC. But yeah. Visually as well, beautiful. Soundtrack sounded amazing. Sound effects. Good job.
I'm interested in this one. Yeah, I'll dabble.
Alien Isolation 2. So it's a survival horror game. It's a cinematic trailer, but I think the trailer looked great, got the energy right. I am surprised they did a numbered sequel because it's been so long. I expected like Alien Isolation.
Re-isolated.
Yeah. Some shit like that. But no, they're just a numbered sequel. The first got really mixed reviews back in the day, but the people who loved it were like, this is one of the best survival horror games ever. So cool to see that it's getting a sequel, and I imagine they will do it justice. You down?
I don't know. Again, I remember seeing videos of first Alien Isolation, just seeing like the xenomorphs just like creeping around. It's like even just seeing them walk by makes me go, ugh.
Dude, I've got a good memory of this game. I had some friends over and we were just playing it in my lounge, and there's a game mode that's like a get out and get like a time, like escape this area, right? And then you got the best time on the leaderboard, you beat your friends, whatever, right? And my boy Alex Rangi was playing it. He got such a fright, he literally leapt out of his seat. He was standing just fucking boom in the air. Like, he got fucking airtime playing the first one. So yeah, that's good times. Except Gen Atlas. This is a third-person adventure game by the Eco, and Shadow of the Colossus developer. So this has been published by Epic Games, which is interesting. So not going to be on Steam. Showed some big and small robots. It's very atmospheric. Showed a lot of sand. I don't know if this is for me. However, looks really cool. Looks really interesting. And I see in words of Stephen, like Shadow of the Colossus, the Colossi were colossal.
So when they were like, from the creators like Ico Shadow of the Colossus and The Last Guardian.
Yep.
And I was just like, oh yeah, pretty. They seemed like, what's the word I'm looking for? Not futuristic. And I thought when they were like, oh, it's going to be another. You have either you have a companion or you're scaling something big, and then they show robots, and I was like, oh, this looks really good. This looks really good. But yeah, you're right.
Art direction and stuff is excellent in this as well. Like he knows this shit, eh? Like he just has this particular style and I vision in his head and just makes him come to life. It visually looks awesome. Looks really cool and interesting. Yeah, I haven't been super into his previous games, so I actually would like to give Shadow of the Colossus another go at some point, but maybe one day. Next game, Blood Message. This is a third-person action game. Possibly Souls-like. Showed off some marching soldiers. Then mentioned the Tang Dynasty to give you a little idea of when it was set. Everything's in Chinese, which fair enough if it's a Chinese-made game. Got a bit of authenticity. Production looks super, super high on this game. Like, it looks really, really high production. And it looks like you may play as a son of a fallen soldier, like possibly seeking revenge. This looks cool, man. I like the look of this. And look, I get this whole historic or mythological, Asia or Eastern game. I get it. There's a lot of them. A lot of people are burnt out, but I think this looks really good.
Yeah. It looks good. I don't know if it'll be my thing, but unintentionally edgy name though.
Blood Message.
Blood Message.
It's pretty metal.
Pretty metal.
Next game, Stranger Than Heaven, releasing on the 15th of January next year. Naked men!
Showing off their tattoos, Lewis.
Stephen, please tell me about these naked men and why this will be your game of the year. Please do go on.
They're obviously Yakuza members, and they're
their members do belong to the Yakuza. You're right.
So this is the game. It's been my safe bet each time. Lewis has been like, so what do you predict? Blah blah blah. I'm really looking forward to it because I love RGG. It's good that they're doing another thing that's not Yakuza, but like a dragon. But yeah. I mean, they can't do the Judgment series anymore, so like this will be the series that will. It's like, hey, you remember the brawlers, the brawling style gameplay of Yakuza? Here it is. Dude, I'm hyped. I'm real excited. From when they announced it as like Project, I think it was like Project Century, and they just showed a little bit of a guy wearing like this red like flowing jacket, just like shanking people and getting into a scrap. I was just like, dude, give them time. Whatever you're working on, get it done.
Let them cook. Yeah, so Snoop Dogg's in the game.
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg is in the game, and we're like, oh, okay, interesting. Kind of weird. And then they're like, oh, yeah, also Tupac's in this game. And you're like,
huh?
Didn't that guy die in the 90s or some shit? And then apparently his estate signed off on it and whatever. But, yes, it's interesting. And, also, you forget, bro, Snoop Dogg's real tall. He doesn't look like a big guy. You know what I mean? Like, you look at him and you think, oh, yeah, he might be like 5'10" or something. You think, normal size guy, and then you're like, bro, he's like 6'5" or some shit. Oh, what the fuck? I gotta double check how tall he is. He's 6'4". You're like, bro, what the fuck? He just doesn't look like a tall guy. He's just I don't know. So, but you see him up on stage, you're like, fuck, man, he's towering over this small Japanese man.
I still love that message. Oh, that meme I sent into the group chat. It was like of the lyric website Genius, and it was like the lyrics to I think it was Ghetto Gospel or something. It's like, when I die in 30 years, and wait 30 years till we have the technology so they can recreate my face and voice and make me say things that I wouldn't say in a game based in Japan in the 19th century.
Yeah, he said that shit. Like, he 100%. But I knew a guy who thought Ghetto Gospel was called Goddam Guess Ball. I'm not even kidding. He really thought it was called Goddam Guess Ball. I'm like, what are you talking about? He also thought Lamborghini was pronounced Lamborghini. So, just a bit of lore for you.
Oh, what's he called?
And I was like, do you mean Lamborghini? And he's like, nah, Lamborghini is different. Those cars are faster. I'm like, okay.
And it's like, oh, I don't really want what you're having. I don't really like aubergine.
What about aubergine? Oh, I love that.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, so interesting, coming out in another 6 months plus. So we'll see. I bet we're going to see it fucking once more. I think they'll play it. I think they'll show it at the Game Awards, I imagine. So put that on your list, Stephen, because you're going to get another fucking point.
Yeah.
I said I want to see something on the Duskbloods, and while I technically didn't get it at Summer Game Fest, we got it at Nintendo Direct, and in my mind that counts. Death Row Games was mentioned by Snoop Dogg, but no games really mentioned yet. We will see what they put out eventually. I'm presuming this was pronounced Hex, but it's Haex. You're being Hikes.
Hikes and pains.
So it's an open world first person action game. They said it was people who'd worked on The Division and Little Nightmares. Cool. Dead Astronauts, which some people I saw saying cringe name for a studio. I think that's a cool ass name for a studio, bro. Dead Astronauts? That fucking rules. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just an edgy 15-year-old boy, but I'm like, yeah, that's cool as fuck. So it showed a bunch of weird cryptic symbols on the screen. Showed like aliens and then these monsters and these kind of alien robots. There's mysterious alien like cubes that were around. They plant them and they seem to create these like massive pillars. This looks interesting, man. We gotta see more about what this actually is, because at the moment it's kind of, I don't know what the fuck this game is, but I'm interested, man. It looks different.
There was that scene where like I think they put the cube in something. They see some pillars get erect, and then it's just like to where it's far away, but to where they're standing, it's like rising. I was like,
yeah.
Oh. No, they actually look sick. I do want to see more of this.
So, I imagine this is going to be like a 2027 kind of release, maybe late 2027 because they haven't put a date or a year on it. But yeah, interesting. Dead by Daylight. This was a 10-year anniversary trailer, which you're like, fuck, is this game really 10 years old? So it was actually it didn't show anything like game wise, but we already know what the game is. But it was a really good like kind of cinematic trailer. There was a lot of tension showing off a lot of these characters and like this fucked up twisted birthday party. But they just kind of were having a 10-year celebration, and we'll see what it is when they announce something for it. Mortal Shell 2. So the beta is playable now on Steam. It's a third-person action game. Souls-like. I'm going to check the beta out. I've heard it's much better. I did not like the first game at all. I just did not enjoy it. I played a little bit of it, and I'm like, man, I cannot get into this. This was what it felt like when there were a bunch of, how long did I spend? 3.5 hours, and I'm like, I just can't do this, bro. It felt like we were getting a lot of really, really mid Souls-likes at that point. And now we get a lot of good Souls-likes made by people who aren't From Software, which we didn't used to be the case. It used to only be good Souls-likes from Software. So yeah, it's nice people have put up. So I'm going to play the beta and I will report back at some point with my thoughts.
Nice.
Yeah, there's no point in asking you on this one. It didn't show much either. It just said beta's playable on Steam. Next game, Sand Raiders of Sophie. This is a first-person shooter. showed killing people and zombies. It looked like it could be a High Guard-like game, to be honest. That's kind of the vibe I got. And I liked High Guard. So I saw it and thought, oh, bro, this looks cool. And then I'm like, oh, I'm probably the only person thinking this. Which is a shame. But yeah, I think this game looks fun. So I've got my eyes on it, which might be enough for anyone.
It looked fun.
And
don't think it's like my jam.
Yeah. It's got a little bit of like Wild Wild West steampunk.
Oh, you mean that Will Smith movie that bombed?
So that movie's kind of sick though. I like that movie. Is it a great cinematic masterpiece? No. Did I enjoy it? Yes. But I have questionable taste, so clearly. Yeah. Next game, Black Flag Resynced, Assassin's Creed. So, yeah, you know, with arms wide open and all that. Assassin's Creed 4 remake. Not much more coming out July 9th. Not much more really needs to be said about this. Looks good. It looks like actually a really good remake, to be honest, and probably one of the better ones for them to remake.
I was about to say, it's like, a good game for them to remake.
Yeah. Break glass in case of emergency, get Ubisoft to get some more money. Because like I say, as much as I shit on them, I want to see them do well. I think the industry is better when we have another big publisher like a Ubisoft in there actually doing well. So, TMNT, The Last Ronin. This is a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game, and it's an adaptation of The Last Ronin comic, which is a comic that the two original creators got back together to make. I need to read this at some point. Unfortunately, I've had the twist spoiled for me, which is a real shame, because essentially The Last Ronin is that all of the turtles are dead but one, and you don't know which one. And they've mastered all of their weapons, and I assume he's getting revenge for his fallen brothers and so on. And apparently, it's like a heartbreaking but amazing story. Like, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing some more of this. They didn't show us much. I think this was in the hands of another team at some stage, and now it's gone to Platinum Games. So this is either going to be fire or garbage. Because Platinum Games, they don't make many okay games. They make either very good games or very average games.
Or underappreciated games like Astral Chain.
Yeah, Astral Chain as well was from everything I hear, great. I need to check if that runs better on Switch too, because I want to play it, because it looks awesome. It just ran like fucking shit. Oh, it started raining. Oh, 12 frames a second.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I have high hopes, but I can't get too excited for a Platinum Games game just because the track record is so mixed. Yeah. Interested.
But yeah, it's
Ben
good.
Starr.
Oh, sorry. I was just going to say, it's nice that this well, from what I can imagine, instead of, because TMNT has been, I don't know if you know, but it's sort of just kind of been pushed a little bit. It's getting a lot of collabs. It's gone into Magic and stuff. So, and a lot of it is just like Cowabunga Pizza. So it'll be nice to see it like gritty, considering they're like trained ninjas.
Yeah.
Also,
absolutely.
Also, I thought this was stupid when I was a kid, and I still think it's stupid now. The idea that one of the turtles, he uses 2 nunchucks. He's gonna swing them around, because I'm pretty sure you need to have the one nunchuck to do like the under the armpit fucking tricks and shit. I just imagine someone with 2 nunchucks there just going, yeah.
I feel like, yeah, dude, you have to be so, like, obviously, obviously, like the nunchucks are kind of a shit weapon when you look at it. It's like, would you have dual katanas? Oh, dude, that rules. But they've mostly got shit weapons. Size are shitty weapons. A bow staff is, if you're like competent with it, like yeah, you can keep people away, but obviously you're not going to be killing a lot of motherfuckers with it. And then the nunchucks as well. You're like, man, most of these weapons just kind of suck, except for the katanas. However, do you know how fucking skilled you have to be proficient with nunchucks, and especially two nunchucks, bro? People sleep on Michelangelo, bro. Like everyone's like, he's the goofy guy, he's a silly little guy. Oh yeah, and then it's like, bro, this man's out here who's mastered dual nunchucks. That dude is capable as fuck. Raph as well with the size. What are you supposed to do with these little dumbass size, bro? That guy's an animal. I love how the whole thing with Splinter gives them like the weapons like the opposite of their personality, so you have to get proficient with this kind of weapon, like going against the grain for yourself. That's cool as fuck. I love that.
Who'd you say? Because I forget their names. I just remember Leonardo being the one with the katanas and Donatello being the one with the bow staff.
Raphael is the one with the size, and Michelangelo is the one with the nunchucks.
Who do you reckon would win, Raphael or Maxi from Soul Calibur?
But that's the size versus nunchucks.
Oh, sorry. Who's the nunchuck man?
Michelangelo. I got Mikey, bro. I got Mikey all day. Fuck Maxi, bro. I hate Maxi. That guy sucks.
I tried mating him in one of the Soul Callies.
We can't be friends anymore.
Damn.
We can. So Ben Starr, the GOAT, wasted on Fortnite, unfortunately. Another big Fortnite update's happening, and it does look fun. But the gunplay was never for me in Fortnite. I just never liked how it felt. So the update looks like you get some cute little guys that you chuck on your back that give you powers. So it does look good. And yeah, there's a little bit of story in there as well. So see how that goes, see how it's received. But man, I love how Ben Starr is always like, I am whoring myself out. Like, he says shit like that. He became so popular so quick. He was fairly unknown, did Final Fantasy 16, and then everyone immediately fell in love with him. He's so charming. Yeah, I love Ben Starr.
Happy Pride Month to you too, Lewis.
Thank you. We got Gundam Rogue Orbit. I missed a word on there, but I caught it in the end. Coming out next year. Those big ass mechs fighting monsters and then fighting other robots. This looks fire, bro.
This game looks so sick.
Absolute gas, bro. I didn't know that Mick Gordon was doing the soundtrack either from, Doom fame. But our boy DT sent me that Mick Gordon had posted it, and then as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh, dude, that makes so much sense. I didn't pick it at first, and then as soon as I re-listened, I'm like, this is the most Mick Gordon soundtrack of all time. Yeah, this looks so fucking cool, man. So, yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing more of this.
Me, totally.
We don't have a proper date, but next year. We have many friends that like big mechs as well. So, Jordan, our boy Jordan A, like, oh, Bo, I saw that trailer. I came hard.
I emptied the bins. Into my hand.
I talked to Johnson about it as well. He's big on this, so wicked. This next game to completely change the tone. An extremely hard game. So you're playing as two geese trying to get your eggs safely to an objective. It's a co-op game, and you're both holding like the side of the nest. I think this looks fucking awesome. I think this game looks great, man. I really like the vibe of this. So, yeah, it's a game that, as long as I have one other person who's interested, I'll give this a good go at some point, I think.
It looks real swiwy. Very, very swiwy.
Yeah, it's third person. You're going across this like obstacle course, essentially, or crossing like rivers and, stuff like that. Yeah, it looks like a lot of fun. Another game I liked the look of, Crossfire. So this is a popular franchise, I believe, in Korea. So the third-person shooter. It showed off lots of stealth as well. Showed enemies with powers as well. Very cinematic. Apparently, a lot of people who had worked on The Last of Us were working on this as well. It also has one of the actress from The Boys in it, she was a politician. Can't remember her exact name, but she is the partner of Jack Quaid, who we mentioned earlier.
Oh.
Son of very Dennis Quaid. So it showed that these people essentially are from rival factions, it seemed like, and they have to work together to survive. So as much as Crossfire is a name that's already exists, I think Crossfire actually works really well in this instance, given that they are from like different factions. But there's something about this as well that looks like a little jank. I couldn't quite put my finger on it. There's like a AA trying to be AAA. There's something, but it could just be because the game's early anyway. I showed like a dynamic cover system as well, and
that's what I like. How
shooting.
It showed like when you were shimmying against the rocks, like it will sort of like adapt to like if there's like a rock here that like, and then there's like a space here and a big rock, your character would sort of go.
Yeah. Looks good. It's got a lot of potential, but I think it's got a wee way to go before it's ready. So we'll probably see more either at the end of the year or sometime next year, I imagine. Control Resonant. So you got another look at this because it's fucking everywhere. September 24th. So it's a third-person action game, and Remedy's good, kind of weird. So yeah, it's coming out. It's happening. Got to keep advertising it. Which I'm okay with. Like I say, I want Remedy to do well because they make very, very interesting games. Guild Wars 3, so third-person fantasy MMO. Didn't show much in this trailer, to be honest. It's a cinematic trailer. Beta coming out next year sometime. But cool. Guild Wars has always lived in the shadow of World of Warcraft. But they're like, we don't charge a subscription. Just buy the expansion and you just play as much as you want. So they're a good value option. I don't think they charge microtransactions either. I don't think.
Well, they did.
Maybe.
They did go free to play. So I'm not sure about that.
They might have changed. Yeah, that might have changed then.
Which
would make sense.
I like their business model when I first... Because I played a bit of Guild Wars 2. And it was like, you buy this game and that's it.
Yeah, which is cool. I like that. It's unfortunate with that model. If you don't do well enough, it can be a big struggle. But I like the idea of the value in the MMO space because there isn't heaps of that. I think Elder Scrolls Online actually doesn't have a subscription anymore. What I was hearing. All right. Star Wars Galactic Racer releasing October 6th. So this is more story heavy than I expected as well.
What a Sebulba.
Yeah. Visually, this game, it looks incredible. This game looks so fucking good visually. Now, this is pod racing. I tell you, mate. So you and our boy DT seem very interested in this. He was describing it looks like Star Wars Burnout, and it's like, yeah, it makes a lot of sense actually.
I don't really get excited for Star Wars, but damn, what a way to get my interest.
Yeah, man. Good shit. I'm looking forward to. I still don't know if I will be dabbling, but looks great. End of Abyss. It's coming out on the 1st of October. Third person game with a high camera. It's like a horror game.
Almost looks like a stick shooter.
Yeah, it does have a bit of that vibe, eh? Dude, just by chance, I fucking hovered the mouse over to the exact fucking right part of the trailer of I just hovered to Summer Game Fest and I was like, whereabouts would this be? Found it immediately. Just chances. Yeah, it's got a little bit of a Little Nightmares kind of vibe to it as well. Okay. But yeah, I think this looks great. I think it's neat.
Yeah, it looks unnerving, but because it's like sort of top down, it's like here's a little cute. You knew what I was about to say. You knew. I don't know. It looks cute in the fact that it's like not so claustrophobic like your L and your Silent Hill and Resident Evil.
Yeah, absolutely. Looks like a bit of fun. Next game, Last Harbour. So you're on a fishing boat in the middle of the ocean, catching fish, and you're cooking them, consuming said fish. So you seem to be on the water to avoid zombies on the land. So you go to land with your gun to kind of gather resources and so on to then go back out and fish and survive again. It's really interesting because we saw 2 games in these showcases with really similar premise. Like really, really similar. Still very distinct from each other. And I must say the other one, as much as I think both of these look really good, the other one, which we'll go into soon, I feel like they had the best presentation of any game at these shows.
What's it called?
Like genuinely.
More something?
Yeah. The presentation of it was insane, and when we get to it, I'll go over it. But I was like, wow, they had a little window to show it off, and they're like, here are these mechanics, and here's how they work. This is what you do. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, it didn't feel like information overload, but yes, I know I'm talking about this other game. But yes, Last Harbour looks really good as well. Looks really fun. And by Tiny Build, who Tiny Build at one stage felt like they were going to be Devolver before Devolver, you know? They felt like they were going to be that publisher, but they haven't hit those same publishing heights. But this is also done by the main Tiny Build team. Yeah, I remember one of their early games was called No Time to Explain, and you just is time traveling. And you've got, there's no time to explain. He goes into and like through a portal, and then he's grabbed by a giant crab, and then you've got to like kind of run through these levels with this little thrust weapon to like propel you up. Yeah. I like Tiny Build. They do fun things. Virtua Fighter Crossroads coming out next year. This is I thought this was a 3D fighting game, and then it might just be a third-person action game with probably somewhat fighting inputs. So it looks quite story-driven. It showed like Chinese mafia causing problems for you, and you're fighting with them. What do you think, Stephen? You are Mr. Fighting Game.
Well, okay, so I take it back. That I thought that the Virtua Fighter that they showed with like that we initially saw, I was like, okay, I thought they were shopping around showing what they can do to make a game. But with this, I'm interested. I'm just, I don't know if it's going to be a fighting game.
Like if that's one of the modes or something, and then you've got the traditional fighting game mode as well. I don't know.
Maybe this could be like their story mode.
Yeah.
Or they could be like, hey, this is a action game built around the Virtua Fighter mechanics. And it's like, but we're also separate. They have like a 1v1 mode or versus mode. So it's interesting. Didn't they show a thing? Her name was like Pai-chan at the end, but it's like they didn't show. I was hoping they'd show Akira, who I am okay with Akira in Virtua Fighter 4, 5. But I like the idea of he's your poster boy, but he's a very technical and hard character.
Yeah, so keep your eyes peeled for that, and I imagine we'll see a bit more before it launches, and we'll hopefully get a better idea of what the game is.
Yeah.
RuneScape Dragon Wilds again is a third-person survival game. and I believe it's already out on early access in Steam. So, yeah, not much more that needs to be said about that. We got a Switch 2 speedrun where they just had slight advertising. They're like, Adventures of Elliot, Orbitals, and Starseeker, just back to back, just bam, bam, bam. Here's a tiny little snippets, and then that was it. So that's fine. Soul Frame. So we've seen this before. Third-person action fantasy game. Bit of sword and board, baby. Bit of magic. Made by the Warframe devs. I still think this looks really interesting. So I'm definitely interested in this. They've talked about, though, they regret putting Soul in the name of the game because now people are thinking, oh, Souls-like, and they're like, it ain't that. Leave us alone, please. So yeah, but fantasy game. I say we've seen this already. I don't think we've got a release date on this yet. It's coming soon on Steam. I'll just read out a little blurb from Steam as well. From the creators of Warframe emerges a new fantasy action RPG. Forge your legend with blade, bow, or magic. Spelled Magick, because everyone loves being a little different with that. As you lead the charge against the world-devouring corruption, which I like a world-devouring corruption. I'm going to be honest. I'm a big fan of that. Video games be like... Photo of my dog, he looks real silly right now. I'm going to send it to you as well. Just so you can be on it. So I like that kind of shit. I like a dystopian world that's being fucked up by things, or like a post like calamitous event, and you're kind of picking up the pieces, living in that fucked world. I love that shit. So yeah, this corruption that's taken over the world is good shit for me. So is this something you'd be possibly into?
Potentially. I mean, there have been times where I was like, at one point I was just like, maybe I can give Warframe, get back to that. But yeah, it would be funny if they added in like a Tenno, the samurai Tenno.
Hey, they might end up taking some inspiration from their own game. So I could see that.
Yeah. So I'd like to see more.
We got Grounded 2 DLC called Into the Abyss coming out on August 11th. Looks good. It is more of the same, but with some Abyss content, so a little darker, so on. But yeah, all Grounded 2. It's not a bad thing at all.
Yep.
Mafia the Old Country, Man of Honor, coming out August 14th. Yeah, it's some Mafia shit. A Mamma Mia. Bibbidi bobbidi bobbidi boopy. People who played this game seem to really enjoy it.
Bada
so, bada boom. Dude, I know as well this isn't even really Italian. It's like Italian American, which is entirely, like, culturally, it's so fucking different than actual Italian culture. But it's the most fun accent. Like, it just is. I love it. Well, that and South African, but I think South Africa's harder. Yeah, it's good shit, man. So, yes, if you like these type of games, then this will be good. And this looks like I feel like we don't get a lot of people doing like a real traditional DLC anymore. And this looks very like how it used to be. Game comes out, time passes, here's a big DLC, like here's a big expansion, here you go. But I haven't played any of the Mafia games seriously, to be honest.
I couldn't tell you a thing about the Mafia series.
Yeah, bada bing.
Yeah, bada boom.
Next game, 1666, Amsterdam. My real problem with this trailer is I didn't know when it was set. That's the real problem.
Yeah.
And it could have been anywhere in the world. So this is made by the Assassin's Creed creator, and I think it shows, but in a good way. You're seeing people being hanged, not hung. The term is hanged, all right? Educating people, all right?
Yep.
This is the one time after my fucking very Dennis Quaid. Educating people. So it showed witches and black cats. Didn't really show any gameplay. They said the prologue is out now, but it's like more of a story prologue than a gameplay. Yeah, there was this tiny bit at the end, showed a little bit of third-person combat and like a bit of melee and using spells, but yeah, really I need to see a bit more of the game in motion. But the concept was interesting, showing essentially witch trials in Amsterdam and 1600s. Looks cool, visually looks good. People thought this was Assassin's Creed Hex at the time, which would make a lot of sense. So it'd be funny if he can beat them to the punch. So it sounds like he was supposed to make a game like this years ago, and then kind of got fucked over by Ubisoft, and then managed to get the rights to this game from them or something. So yeah, good on him.
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
I think it's quite good. I think well, from what we saw, I like the idea of it's from the creator of Assassin's Creed. So hopefully it's not stagnant and samey.
Yeah, I hope so too. We'll see once we get to see a bit of gameplay, like proper gameplay in action. Next game is Saw Genesis. So this is it showed it in first person, but it might not all be first person. But this is a 3v1 asymmetrical horror game. Didn't really show that. Will this lend itself well to games? I don't know. I saw people comparing it to the Outlast trials, so maybe it can work, but I need to see more before I make any real judgments on this. It doesn't really interest me.
I'm actually surprised it's taken this long to do a Saw game adaptation.
Has there never been one?
This is the first one that I have heard of, and I think they're getting the Saw Man as the voice. The old guy. I think
there's a Saw game published by Konami on the PS3, Xbox 360, and it says Microsoft Windows, so not Steam. Interesting.
Interesting.
Survival horror game.
Never heard of it. So this is the first of its kind, because I myself haven't heard of it.
Yeah. Who knows? There's nothing outside of your noggin, that's for sure.
Yeah, and there's nothing in it.
If it doesn't exist in there, it can't exist elsewhere.
It's non-canon.
Yeah, it came out in 2009, but it's fine. I didn't remember. I think it looked like it was pretty unremarkable, and it was a lot of 5s out of 10 and so on. So
this game
we will see.
Fair.
It's a video game. Yeah, so next game, Lords of the Fallen 2, in a full release, and it's releasing on pretty much fucking everything, which is great, including Steam now. Shout out. Everyone kept bitching at him on Twitter about it. And I kept liking the comments. I didn't post them, but it was just like, yeah, man, I'd be all over this if this was on Steam. And I'm like. So, yeah, this trailer was actually pretty unremarkable. Showed you fighting a big dragon and so on, but it was like, okay. But yes, it's a third-person action game. Souls-like. And I really enjoyed the first in this reboot. I think it was like a very, very good game. It wasn't perfect. It's definitely flawed, but now they've released this. They released the 2.0 that apparently was very, very good, and then they've now released the 2.5, which is even better. I played the 1.0, and it was, like I say, it was rough in parts, but the execution was pretty good. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to this. It's not a Steven game, so I'll play it for the both of us.
Yeah.
Next up, Star Wars Zero Company is an XCOM-like Star Wars game, a grid-based tactics game. Characters with force powers, some with phasers and other weapons. And at the end, man, showed Anakin Skywalker, and I was like, oh, fuck yeah. Also with a blue lightsaber, I believe, so he's still good at this point. So at least now we know kind of when it takes place. So this looks good as fuck. This looks awesome.
Yeah.
Visually as well, they've captured Star Wars, these characters who seem like mostly, other than of course Anakin, mostly like not big Star Wars characters, like maybe new ones for the game. No, people, nah, bro, that's Glup Shido. Everyone knows Glup Shido.
Well, I was going to say, I hope they put in my boy Kit Fitzo into it.
Yeah, Kid Fisto. Yeah, that's the
Fist Kiddo.
Oh yeah, they had to change his name for legal reasons.
He was my favourite one in the Tartakovsky animated Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Yes, but this game looks great.
It does.
So there's a very high chance I'll play this at some point. But what will likely happen is our boy Scriptlet will pick it up, and once he's done with it, I will play it through our Steam family sharing. That we will eventually get Steven added to. Check in next week for an update on that.
Because we will be doing another one, a regular scheduled podcast next week.
Yeah, it's happening. Next game, Blood of the Dawnwalker. So coming out on the 3rd of September. So it's a third-person action RPG. Shows a vampire getting a blood delivery to heal. But what was interesting was it's in the current day. And I was like, what? I hope they're not doing some, like, Ubisoft fucking Assassin's Creed, like, going into memory shit. I don't know. So it almost made it look like it was 2 different games. But we'll see. So yeah, it's vampires fighting vampires. Showed us some blood magic and beheadings. Just a fucking another day in the UK, I guess. Hey, fuck.
I hope they should have been wearing Adidas tracksuits.
Get that real Eastern Bloc vibe going, you know. Well, yeah. So we will have to see now with this future stuff or current day. I don't know how I feel about that, but we'll see. Game's coming out in 3 months, so yeah.
I don't really have a strong opinion on this, and
yeah, I like some Western RPGs, but you're not a Western RPG guy, really, which is fine. We'll get our boy Script to play it. And tell us about it. He loves this shit. Among Us Story on guard. So, yeah, it looks like an Among Us Story game. It looks like a murder mystery. They're doing a TV series, or they've done a TV series. I saw someone talking about this on Twitter, and they were like, yeah, I watched the Among Us TV series as a laugh because I thought it was going to be shit, and they were like, it was actually really well written and voice acted or something. I'm like, what?
Apparently there's an orgy scene in it.
Oh, interesting. I never liked the original personally. It was not for me, and that's fine.
Yeah, and I was.
So I don't think I have any interest in this at all. Oh, dude, the Exploding Kittens TV show. I couldn't last a full episode. I had to turn it off. Alex was like, "Oh, we'll watch this because it's a fun card game." I was like, "This might be the worst thing I've ever watched." I had to turn it off. I was like, "Can we? I can't do this."
When they did show the Among Us show, I did not recognize. I'm so sorry, I can't remember her name, but Shirley from Community. She's lost so much weight.
Yeah, she's looking way smaller. Good. Ozempic's one hell of a drug. I don't know. She might have done it legit. I don't want to throw that out there. Yeah, she was looking great. So yeah, we'll see. 007 First Light showed a new story mission. Didn't show much. Game's getting good reviews. Very well liked. But yeah, new story mission. So they're doing kind of the Hitman thing that they do. Cool. Probably not much more to say about that. We got another Switch 2 speedrun. They showed a Final Fantasy 14, which probably the worst place to play Final Fantasy 14, to be honest. Not that the Switch is bad, it's just I can't imagine playing that fucking handheld on that kind of type of game. Turok Origins and Armistice. So, some games coming to Switch 2. Gothic Remake, which is out now. They showed almost nothing, but it is a classic PC game. It's an old school CRPG, so if you like those type of games, play it, but this is just basing on what they showed us in the trailer, which was fuck all. Oh, I think it's going to be pronounced Aeon. I can't remember. It's been a minute. It's coming out September of this year, so it's a third-person action fantasy game. Like, so hot right now. So many of these. Shows you turning into a bird and flying around. I still don't, and flying through like these like almost like speed rings. I've got no fucking idea what this game is, but
Power to them.
Right.
There's an audience.
Yeah. We'll see.
Because I'm pretty sure
Wuthering Waves.
I'm pretty
Sorry,
sure
go on.
Aeon was like an old ass MMO.
Yeah, it could be. Could be related. Yeah. So the next previously it just said Aeon, but now I'm seeing it's apparently Aeon 2. So it could be a complete new starting point. So Wuthering Waves. It's got a Cyberpunk Edge Runners crossover event. So I saw people being like, "Oh hell yeah!" They're like, "This looks sick," and then they saw it was Wuthering Waves. They're like, "Oh man." There is a 2 in that logo. How did I miss that?
I had that in our group chat when one of the boys, bless him, was just like, talking. It's like, have you watched the Cyberpunk anime? I was like, no, I haven't. I really need to get around to watching it. And no, I'm not going to play Wuthering Waves for the crossover.
Let him know. We got Monster Hunter Wilds Ascendance DLC. So there's Monster Hunter Wilds, a third-person action game, and they've said it's a massive DLC. So hopefully this can be enough because look, we've got a lot of love for Capcom, but I know this didn't hit the heights that people wanted it to. So hopefully this DLC is what can like right the ship for them for this game. Because people want to see big things for Monster Hunter after Worlds. When there's a DLC as well, you're like usually like, there's not too much I can say about it. It's a DLC.
Yeah.
Even if it is massive. Swords of Legend. So there's a third-person action game. Sounds like. Shows you fighting a very silly magic user that appears to be a floating cloak and a mask. Dude, the vibes of this boss, impeccable. I was like, this looks fucking awesome. And he's just flying around saying wild shit. It feels also very Chinese. It looks like they can summon enemies to fight you in battle, and you can also summon allies to fight and tank for you in battle as well. But cool when a Souls-like doing this kind of stuff. Yeah, Chinese myth in there. Probably a day one for me.
Damn.
I think this game looks fucking superb. Yeah, very, very impressed with it. I don't think I've seen this one yet either. We've seen a lot of these types of games. I don't know if I saw this before. Shit. Hot Wheels Infinite Rush. So it's a Hot Wheels racing game. Art style looks good and very fun. Definitely a bit more for kids. They show like a big fucking King Kong like character just on the side of this building. So I don't know if there's going to come to life and you're going to have to drift under his legs or some shit. I don't fucking know. But looks like a bit of fun. One of the Forza Horizons had Lego DLC. Apparently it was fucking excellent. So, yeah. Cool.
I want to say that there was one part where it actually looked like, I want to say it was like a squid or just something. And I was just like, I remember that toy when I was little. As like a
I was still little.
Yeah. When I was a child.
Physically.
Yeah. But no. Hot Wheels Unleashed had no excuse of going as hard as it did. That was a fun game.
Yeah, they've had a pretty good track record of games here and there, eh? Impressive. Speaking of having no right to be that good for a racing game, Sonic Cross Worlds Racing is apparently very good, and there's some DLC coming out. They're also celebrating 35 years of Sonic. So they showed a Godzilla.
Gelino?
I spelled it deliberately Evangeliano. Because I was like, I think Evangelio. How do I pronounce it again? What is it? How do I pronounce it again?
So
I've gaslit myself now into pronouncing it wrong.
So I've always thought it was pronounced Evangelion.
Yeah.
But then the song Lost by Bring the Horizon, he has that line where it's like, watching Evangelion with a big fat slug of ketamine. I was like, is that how you pronounce Evangelion?
Yeah, well, I don't know, man. I'm not sure. But I feel like sometimes you pronounce words in a different way in a song to make it fit better as well. And also the British do pronounce these things sometimes horrifically. So have you ever talked to like an old British man and they'll like get them to pronounce like something, yeah, give me the onion badgies.
Badgies.
They pronounce all this shit so fucking wrong.
He's like, okay, pins an onion to your chest.
Oh, fuck. An entire onion, so it's a real big fucking pin through it. But yes, Evangelion. I hate saying it that way. Godzilla, Avatar: The Last Airbender DLC being added to Sonic Crossworlds Racing. So, cool. Good choices anyway. Very fun. And then I almost missed this because I just thought it was part of Sonic Crossworlds as like a little mini game thing, but Sonic Pico Park. 2 to 8 player 2D co-op puzzle game. So it's a cute wee game with a very distinct style. I don't know much about Pico Park, to be honest. Do you?
No.
So I believe it's a franchise that already exists, and this is just the Sonic kind of version of it. So cool. Attack on Titan 3 coming out July 1st. So it's an adaptation of Attack on Titan into a game covering the whole story. A third-person action game. I played, I think, the first part, and they didn't have controller support on PC, and it was one of the first Steam refunds I ever did. I was like, I'm not going to play this type of game on keyboard and mouse, because it also felt fucking awful on keyboard and mouse. Nah, bol. I'm done. I don't even know why I bought it. I'm not like a big Attack on Titan guy or anything. Oh, it might have been, I watched, you know how they split the first season in 2 halves?
Mm.
My boy Matt Code had bought the Blu-ray, and I watched the Blu-ray of that first half of season 1. Because everybody had only watched like 480p anime rips on a web browser, seeing a 4K Blu-ray anime, I'm like, oh my lord, this looks amazing. And I think that's probably why I bought it. It's because I was like, holy shit. Yeah, I couldn't believe how good it looked. It was insane. So, yeah, it might have been it. I've got no interest in this in current day. It definitely looks like one of those just classic anime licensed games that look fucking average. That was something we didn't mention on that. It's one of what's the mech game we saw earlier? Fuck, why have I forgotten it? Gundam Rogue Orbit. That game has just been done by like one of the internal Bandai Namco teams, which is like, oh no, this could be like the Jump Force team or some shit. Like make just fucking some anime slop game kind of team. So there's question marks around that, but it doesn't look like that. It looks awesome. So, but that's the kind of vibe I get from this as well. It's like, here's just some anime slop team, put out game, enjoy, but you won't enjoy. And it will sell 10 million copies because it's an anime game, and then it won't be good quality. with exceptions. The Naruto Storm games were always actually good and high quality. So, we will see. Clutch. Story-driven racing game.
Oh!
They used the killers in the trailer to get the whites interested. And I tell you what, got my attention. It has potential, but I need to see more. It didn't really show a lot of gameplay in this.
Yeah, I was just like, apart from being like real story driven, I don't know, it didn't really separate it from other races for me.
No. So we'll have to see more at a later date. They haven't put a date on it either, so it's probably a wee way out. Chronicles Medieval So early access coming out this year. This is a tactics battlefield game. It looked kind of similar to Total War, and I'm sure some people are like, actually, this is nothing like Total War, but my fault. And then it showed there were moments where you could actually go down into the battles and fight in like a third person mode, which does look quite different.
That reminded me of Mountain Blade.
It could be like that type of game as well. It might even be a combination of the two. Maybe it is like a bit of Mountain Blade and maybe a bit of Total War kind of combined. I don't know. Those are the types of games though that it's like either you put 5 hours in and you go not for me, or you put 1,000 hours in.
And be like, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. Did I fuck this one up? Is this Sea of Remnants? Or is this... I got Sierra of Remnants. I'm pretty sure I fucked that one up. Yeah, Sea of Remnants. We've also seen this before, but it looked very, very different this time.
Yeah.
I got the vibe that this is made for, like, emo millennials. Did you get that vibe?
I did.
Yeah. Everything seems to be musical and edgy, but kind of tasteful. And I think it's probably because I am a millennial.
Because when we first saw it, I was like, okay, it kind of looks like Sea of Thieves, but everyone's like a doll.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we did feel like that the first time. But yeah, very musical, very, like, theatre kids would love this shit. We still don't really know what this game is. And the trailer was just them kind of singing and kind of bopping, but it was cinematic. But it has potential. It definitely got my attention. Quite unique. This makes sense why I got Resident Evil so cheap. Capcom Summer Game Sale was very silly. There's some action figures. The knockoff Ryu action figure with a mustache. It was a fun ad, I gotta say, man. I know it's an ad, but I was like, it's fun, man. I can't hate.
Yeah.
Hitman, there's a new elusive target. Wiz Khalifa, coming out June 5th. Apparently he's a big Muay Thai guy, because the levels in a Muay Thai gym, they're like, Wiz Khalifa is like musician and Muay Thai, what did they say? It was like, oh, man. Yeah, but anyway, it's a whole thing. They called it The Wizard.
Yeah.
Because his name is his Wiz. Wiz Khalifa. Yeah. What did I say? Muay Thai advocate. So I'm like, oh, interesting. But yeah, it looks interesting. I've never been a Hitman guy, but I think that IO make great games, and I think the Hitman games are fucking awesome if you love that kind of sandbox and that kind of, there's a million ways you can kill people, and which is cool. I like that. Variety is the spice of life, or as an achievement in that game said, variety is the spice of death. I can't remember which game it was. I feel like it was Gears of War. Next one, I was like, oh, is this a Pokemon knockoff? Oh, knockoff? Jeez. I said something. Oh, God. Knockoff, which is also... Yeah. Jeez, I combined them and it sounded a little too close. Yeah, and I was like, is this a Pokemon knockoff? Is this a Power World spin-off? And then they showed you riding a big dragon, releasing monsters from balls, fighting a dragon on the back of another fucking dragon, and they're like, it's Power World 1.0 coming out July 10th. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, it was Power World. Yeah. I don't care. I played a little bit of Power World in early access, and I was like, it's fine. It's just not for me, but it felt like there was a not bad quality product. Clearly heavily inspired by Pokemon, like in terms of the designs. But the game's very different. So
I just remember playing Power World because it was on Game Pass. I was like, alright, cool, got my house, doing all these tasks, and this big fucking pal just comes in and just attacks and bowls over my house. I was like, fuck this game.
I liked where there was like 2 days until an ambush or whatever, and you're like, oh shit, I gotta get my shit ready. 1 day into an ambush, and then they start fucking ambushing you. Just a bunch of them, a horde just starts running at your house, and you gotta fucking defend it. And There were some cool ideas in that game for sure. Telltale is back with Wolf Among Us 2. They're a narrative choices matter game, playing a detective werewolf trying to solve a crime. People have been wanting this for a long time, so I hope it lives up to the hype. Coming out holiday 2026. I tried to play the first one, but these style games aren't my cup of tea. What do you reckon, Stephen? Is this something you could be interested in?
Yeah, man. I've finished the first Wolf Among Us and I loved it.
Damn.
Yeah.
I can't believe they made finally a spin-off of Among Us.
Amongst Us. No, I'm very excited. Like, I even got a message from... I was chatting to my mate Gage, and he says, like, did you see Wolf Among Us 2? And I was just like, I'm actually very excited for that.
Yeah. Hell yeah, that's good, man. I'm glad to hear it. People are hoping as well they don't do this episodic. It's just like, just release the whole fucking game. Don't do the episodic stuff anymore. That's what likely killed them in the end. Because the Telltale died and then has come back. So yeah, it'll be their second release under the new Telltale because they did the Expanse Telltale game as well. Telltale is hard to say.
Telltale.
You almost like... it almost sounds like Telltale sometimes.
Yeah.
Telltale.
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 No, I actually think it's just you. Telltale.
No, I did the second time I did that on purpose.
No.
I was doing a silly little bit for a silly little guy.
I'm that silly little guy.
Oh, my fault. All right. Sorry, there can only be one silly little guy here, all right? God. Let me live my wildest dreams. Next game was Stellar Blade Blood Rain. So, sci-fi and futuristic, very anime, third-person action game. The trailer showed you following a target, and then someone just turns into some kind of like mutated bomb and blows up a store. Once the trailer like ramped up, I was like, "This looks fucking good, man. It looks really good. The combat looks really slick. It's still a little Guna baity, but the first game was massively Guna baity. Heaps of potential here. A new protagonist. Some people were like, don't sexualize. Yes, the last character was kind of thick, but you shouldn't sexualize this character because she's flatter, so therefore she is a child. So I'm like, oh, we're back to this discourse. The reason I didn't play the first Stellar Blade, though, I was like, it is a little too goonery. But when it goes on sale for the good enough price, I probably will pick it up because I played the demo and the gameplay was pretty tight in the first one. Yeah, well, our boy Hamish will play it and we'll hear his thoughts and then we'll
hear the lore.
See how we go. Yeah, that man plays that fucking their other game, that Nikkei, fucking for the lore. He's looking at just fat asses jiggling. Yeah, final boss of Gooners. Street Fighter 6, Year 4. We got some new characters announced. And Tifa from Final Fantasy 7. Man, fuck all these Street Fighter guys, man. They're like, boo, Tifa. All the Tekken guys are like, fuck you. We wanted her. We would have had her. We would have taken care of her. Fuck you. But, yeah. Looks real good overall. It looks fun. I want to see how she uses the materia in combat as well, because they've said that there are mechanics based around materia. So yeah, I want to see that. Yeah, Stephen, looks like you got some notes there, mate. What do you got to say?
This lineup is quite interesting because the leak, which I'm so glad wasn't true, apart from the only character they got right was Tifa, the popular leak was Vega, and they're like, oh, someone who uses a claw. It's just like, that's obviously Vega. And then the next guess was Mike Hagar, and the other one was Gouken. So, damn. So first up we have Yasmin, the very first Filipino Street Fighter character, who uses, I think it's either Salat or a Screamer, and she uses that fucking eagle talent. I think it's called a Karambit. she looks like she's going to be fun. Arjun, his character still didn't match the little bit of like animated showcase that we saw, because he kind of does in the videos look like a unused Ryu alternative costume. But apparently this guy's his backstory is he's an ex-cop from India who was like framed for a murder. So
Cool.
Who knows? I think people are thinking that his whole ability is his whole gimmick is Dulcim's got like being able to breathe fire. Maybe his is just like breath control, where he can make himself like swell up to like a balloon and just float or stuff like that. A lot.
What if he breathes ice?
Oh, that would be sick.
It doesn't make sense. It'll crystallize in his lungs.
Some theories have been like he might be an over the top Bollywood cop, like that that Bollywood movie Singam, where a guy who just flexes and like he has his own theme song that just sings when he does something, like raise an eyebrow or do up a button. Bosch is interesting because Bosch is essentially what kicks off the story for the World Tour mode. He's your created character's like rival. Something happens at the end, and basically he gone. But because of Ingrid's story and World Tour, she brings him back. So with Bosch, I was thinking it would have been cooler if we got him earlier. That's fine. Tifa's hype, and I've got a couple of mates who've been like burnt by Tekken, and they're like, yeah, I want to get into Street Fighter 6, and I'm just like, why? And he's like, Tifa. It's like, fair enough.
Told you, bro. I don't know what it is, man, with the crossover that Tekken players and Final Fantasy players seem to have this big crossover, but Street Fighter and Final Fantasy doesn't.
Well, apparently,
and I don't know why that is.
That thing, that crossover between Capcom and Square Enix, I think had been in the works for like 3 years.
Yeah, Harada had been vocal about wanting Tifa and Tekken as well, which is funny. To be fair, we already got Clyde from Final Fantasy 16, so we don't need another Tekken character. I mean, Final Fantasy character in Tekken right now. We already have one, but still.
Wouldn't it be funny if next time it's like, can't do Tifa, the best I can give you is Zell from Final Fantasy 8. You know the guy with the Mike Tyson tattoo?
Oh, I actually thought Zell was kind of cool when I was like 10, eh?
So did I.
I thought he was like, yeah, he was kind of fun.
It's like a boxer.
I actually thought he was a dog shit party member, though. I thought he sucked in your party, but he was kind of cool. And his card was pretty good to get early in Triple Triad, just saying. I think you get that from his mum. I think you get that from Zell's mum. I'm going to the vault.
Do you know who you can get this card? Do you know who you can get this card from?
Mum.
But yes.
Oh, fuck.
Looking forward to Street Fighter 6. There's been talks that they have, when it comes to Street Fighter, they have a 10-year plan of updates.
Huge.
Yeah.
Huge. All right. And now we've got right at the end, the last one, Final Fantasy VII Revelation. Spring of next year. So it's a third-person open-world action RPG. They showed off Sid and Vincent's gameplay. So it seems like Sid was doing a lot more kind of aerial like combat, which is cool. Makes sense for a man who flies planes. And Vincent was showing like transformations into beast forms and things like that, which looked really, really good. Also, I forgot to say, they had the game director of Final Fantasy VII Revelation come out on stage to go, we've got Tifa in Street Fighter, then left the stage and then came back and was like, Final Fantasy VII, which was great. I think that was really fun. I noticed as well in the trailer, at first I was like, Tifa seems like she's wearing like almost this mage kind of outfit and casting magic, and I was like, what's going on here? They've brought back some form of the job system in this game. So interesting. I actually always liked in Final Fantasy VII though everyone was completely like malleable, just based on like yes, but they kind of had specialties they were better at than the others. Like you were slightly better at using magic, but you could put whatever you wanted on whatever character and make them into what you wanted them to be. Because my Barrett ends up being quite yes, he's using his ranged attacks, but also I used him as more of a spellcaster, and then I used Cloud and Tifa as just being the big damage dealers. In part 1 and 2, I couldn't help. I was like, who do I want on my party? And I was like, I kind of just want the OG trio, man. I just wanted them. And it turns out having Barrett is very important because there's just some particular enemies that you're like, man, I can't reach this easy. Barrett's just like, I'll deal to it. Yeah, so it's releasing on all platforms, it seems. It's coming to Steam, it's PlayStation, Xbox, coming to Switch 2. Great. This is the final chapter. Oh, they show you as well, you're finally getting the Highwind, and you can take it anywhere and just fucking dive out to anywhere on the map, which is cool. And it looks like there's going to be more weapons to defeat than the OG games. That's the vibe that I'm getting. So, yeah. And I assume Ruby and Emerald weapon will still be optional super bosses. That'll be absurd. Yeah. This trailer, fairly divisive for being the one more thing, but I think this was a great trailer to end with, to be honest, because it's very highly anticipated.
Looks gorgeous.
Yeah, and I stand by, I think that this is the best action combat system in any game, just period. I think it's so fucking good. And everyone knows I'm very critical of the second game. You know, there's a lot of flaws. Like I said, it needs to get out of its own way and it to actually just fucking tell a story. However, the combat is still fucking superb in it. It's amazing. It's really perfect. It's fluid. Every character plays so differently as well. Big fan. Big fan. Can't wait for this. Very much I'm also kind of looking forward to finishing it. You know what I mean? Just being like, it's done. We've been waiting years for all these parts. Still, in the grand scheme of things, fairly quick turnaround in current day. Looking forward. Have you dabbled any of these, Stephen?
I played a little bit of Rebirth. Remake.
Oh, yeah.
But I gotta say, okay, the whole change the outfits, it gave me like vibes of Final Fantasy X-2's dress sphere system.
Yeah.
But dude,
I think that's what it's based on ultimately.
I know it's the edgy choice, but fuck, Vincent looks fun. Fuck, he looks fun.
And hopefully he's not dog shit like he was in Final Fantasy VII. He was like the worst character by far, it seems.
Really?
Yeah, not even close. Like genuinely, like he's like F tier. And there's many, like some people, depending on who you ask, some people say Tifa's the best, some say Sid, some say Yuffie is like right up there high tier, but everyone's actually pretty good except Vincent. Which is a shame. I think Red 13's actually pretty mid as well, but I like Red 13, so I used him. I think I used him a little. There's parts you have to kind of use him.
What about Katsif or Kate?
I mostly use
Kate, however you pronounce it.
Technically the most powerful in the game if you get the good RNG. Do you remember that video that Hamish had on the video camera of him recording just getting slots on Emerald Weapon?
No.
Yeah, he had this handy cam fucking video of him playing PS1 and got the ultimate like slots like Kate Sith or it's actually Kashi. Bro, I don't speak fucking Gaelic or whatever it's supposed to be. I don't know. But Kate Sith, yeah, got the ultimate like RNG on slots and just one shot the hardest boss in the game. So yes, but good, really good showcase as well. Heaps in there to like. For me, a little higher tier than the PlayStation showcase, but still doesn't mean the PlayStation showcase was bad. Standouts for you? Oh, Street Fighter DLC.
No, Street Fighter DLC. Dude, there's so much I actually have to go up. I'm gonna say Gundam Rogue Orbit.
Oh, dude, that looks so fucking good.
I'll have to listen to
we need to see a little more gameplay.
Yeah.
But just what they showed, presentation wise, music, all of that, it looks awesome. So,
and shout out Mick
good
Gordon.
choice. Yeah, shout out Nicholas Gordon.
Nicholas.
What else could it be short for? See? No response.
Yeah.
For me, Swords of Legend is absolutely up there. Very, very high tier. Didn't show us enough, but I want to see The Last Ronin for sure. Very much want to see the gameplay of that. Hype for Cuphead. Love me some Cuphead. But definitely. Those would be the big ones for me. And of course, Final Fantasy VII. Revelation. I wondered for a long time what the R word they were going to use. I thought they were going to do. Well, not that R word. Final Fantasy VII. Retard. You're like, oh, come on, man. You didn't have to say that.
Oh.
Not like Linus Tech Tips being like, yeah, the hard R. You're like, ooh. He was talking about something else. Yeah, I thought that because originally I was like, is it going to be Reunion? But the Final Fantasy VII, because that's a word that is said a lot. But Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core was Reunion, so I was like, okay, it's not going to be that. Also, I saw that someone noticed, some fucking, of course, Giga nerd, I say that as a compliment. In Final Fantasy VII and Crisis Core, the character Genesis, right? Big character. They were like, Genesis. I think they said Genesis is the first book of the Bible, Revelation is the last, or the other way around or something. And I was like, interesting. Is there a little bit of in there? It's kind of fun. Yeah. And if it's not true, fuck me, I guess, for relaying misinformation. I just thought, interesting. I'm not going to pick up a Bible. Where would I find one of those in New Zealand? Come on.
Thrift stores. A Christian bookshop.
Yeah, true.
You got options. I'm just saying.
Save it. It was rhetorical. Okay, leave me alone. Do I know what rhetorical means?
Do you?
Simpsons reference. Blood Dungeon. It is a 2D platformer auto shooter. It looks like it's hand drawn in MS Paint. So it looks fun. Shows you gathering power ups and weapons, and you run away from enemies. I assume you got to find an exit. It's made by the Nidhogg, and I didn't know that the Nidhogg and the Wheel World dev was the same people. So very cool.
Yeah.
Coming out later this year. Yeah, it looks like a bit of fun though.
Being an angry wee guy that just shoots.
Yeah, it's you.
Climbing walls. No, this one looked fun.
Yeah, it looks like a good wee game. Bro, some fucking Latin name. I don't know how to pronounce this. I'm going to pronounce it wrong, but I'm going to pronounce it like how it reads. Tenebris Somnia. Nailed it. This is a retro survival horror game. Pixel art, fixed camera with live action video, which looks really high production.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently they had some really good special visual effects people to make things look gross and horrible and all that for it. It's a woman who's essentially trapped inside a nightmare. It's a really interesting idea. This is crazy, the indies. Also, sorry, I never announced, this is Day of the Devs. This is the indie showcase that's part of Summer Game Fest, but I should have opened with that. Crazy idea. Also, it's weird seeing a guy that I followed on Twitter for years, that Dave Oishi, I think his name's pronounced, who is the owner of the publisher New Blood. I'd never heard him speak. I was like, oh, that's what he sounds like. I followed this guy on Twitter for fucking ever. He used to live in New Zealand. I think he's not using Twitter anymore though.
Oh.
But yeah, dude, this looks crazy. I don't think I've ever seen anything like it. It's clearly inspired by these old FMV games, but just to absurd level of production. What do you reckon?
No, I like it. I want to say that they said they didn't use any AI in the making of it. Just practical effects and like makeup. No, this looks good. This is good.
Wicked. They just reminded me of something to add to the doc for next week. The next game, Mr. Records, French. 2D kind of platformer rhythm game, really simple art style, but really, really good looking. So one of the sides is running the record store, like, and in this kind of top-down 3D space instead of this more 2D space. Very interesting concept. They said there's over 45 like unique songs for it that are like about a time and place in the record store owner's life. Yeah, it looks interesting for sure.
This was the game where I was like, this looks cute. This looks fucking cool. And the fact that it's like the rhythm platforming part. Actually, both parts of it. The rhythm platforming, then unlocking new records to sell. And they even showed, they're like, this is the game, and this is us. Here's some of the songs you might hear in. Here's some of the songs you'll hear in the game. Just had like little snippets of them just jamming.
Yeah, they're fun songs, eh? So, yeah, a lot of potential. For me, I like the 2D rhythm platformer kind of part, but the record store part doesn't do much for me. So I'm probably out. But that's just a thing I've noticed with indie games these days as well. They used to do one thing and do that real well. Now they're like, we do these two things. We do these two different games and mash them together. And half the time I'm like, oh man, I like one of these things and not the other. And that's where they lose me. But for most people, that's more appealing. So, yeah, cool idea. And looks like they're going to execute well on it. Next game was 33 Immortals coming out June 10th. So you can have 33 players in one game of this, which is cool. But you don't need to have the 33 players. You can solo it and you can still win the game. So this is a top-down action roguelike, hand-drawn art style as well. Did look a little clunky, I thought, considering it's coming out real soon. So I'm still a little unsure about this, but it has potential to be good. Any interest?
I don't know. This one, the cool concept of having 33 players, but yeah, didn't really strike a chord with me.
No. I was hoping, though, your response would be like, what do you think of this? Nah. Nah, okay, done. But yeah, it has potential, but I'm just still unsure. There's a game I was talking about earlier, Dreadmore, releasing Q4 of this year. The first-person fishing game in a post-apocalyptic world, based on a boat that you have to repair and refuel. You get quests from NPCs when you're on the land, but land seems to be where a lot of the danger is. There's also creatures in the water as well, looking like big giant squids or some kind of Cthulhu-like creatures, possibly, that we haven't seen yet, but showing different rods and bait to catch different creatures. And I was so impressed with this and the way that they showed off these mechanics and how these work and everything. I was like, holy shit. And I was like, for that alone, man, I have to wishlist this. I was like, they did such a good job of showcasing this and its mechanics and just talking about them. Like, so many of these trailers, they do that kind of thing, and either they over-explain and you find it boring, or they tell you nothing, and then you just kind of like, what the fuck is this? And I was like, they nailed this 100%. This is the best of all these showcases. This isn't probably one of these Xbox ones we'll talk about later. It's probably the best we got. I was like, they did really, really well. I'm really impressed. And normally it's a game that it's got some elements that I like. But I'm like, fuck, I'm keeping my eyes peeled out for this one now. This was great. Art style was great as well. Presentation was excellent. Yeah, shout out Dreadmore. What do you reckon?
Oh, I'm keen. Because that other game that we saw where it showed you a little more zombie survival, I was like, that does look good. But then when it showed this, I was like, oh, it's the element of being just on the ship and you're getting all this gross bait to capture gross fish, and I was like, this looks really real cozy. So real cozy,
and
real charming.
Both look good. The other one looks great as well, but just the way they delivered the information was perfect. And I really hope that this becomes, and it won't, but I hope this becomes like a template for these. We've got 5 minutes or whatever, and we need to show like our game off and show what it's about. And obviously you don't give everything away, but yeah. Really, really good, very impressed. And this game, Threads of Time.
Ooh.
The JRPG inspired by old Final Fantasy and Chrono Trigger. It's a turn-based game. You travel through time, traveling around in an airship. This was great, man. And yeah, this actually inspired me on I need to start playing Sea of Stars, and I have put an hour into Sea of Stars, bro. The first hour of that game is fucking slow, man. Holy shit. But yes, I'm going to play some more Sea of Stars, hopefully this weekend. And yeah, I'm super interested in this. I'm like, these Western RPGs, man. These Western JRPGs, sorry. Very hot right now.
Dude, this looks so sick.
Yeah. Art style is great as well. It's that kind of HD 2D kind of style, and yeah. Really, really cool. Looking forward to seeing more at some point, and maybe playing it if I've got the time. Would love to. Game with the most pretentious name ever. N plus infinity times 2. I had to type it out that way because I would have probably said X2 because I would have forgotten. Launching next year. It's a 2D platform with it's competitive multiplayer, momentum based, like bouncing off walls. Create these little squares to as your points. There's 5 different game modes. And it's a game that could be fun with the lads. Some people have said that this is the best platforming in any game ever. So worth a look. Any interest?
With the boys, yeah. Like when we were playing,
yeah.
Like when we were playing that spider game at DT's.
Spider Heck.
Yeah, Spider Heck. So yeah, with the boys.
With the boys, for sure. Into the Unwell. We have seen this before. It's coming out next year. It is a 3D action roguelike with rubber hose art style, kind of like you'd say like Cuphead, but 3D. But the game is nothing like Cuphead, so don't worry. It's not ripping them off. It's just the style. Also, the what was the other one we got? Mouse PI. We got as well. Rubber hose style is in right now. So yeah, I thought this game looks great. Very charming. The music was really fun as well, and was kind of hefty in parts. Mm-hmm. It looks like it's going to have multiplayer. There's some big boss fights in it as well. I thought I'd already wishlisted this, but I hadn't. I was like, bro, I have to wishlist this now. This looks so good. The humor in it looks quite not real edgy, but there's a little bit of edge to it. It's a little dark, which I really like. But yeah, this game looks fucking excellent.
No, I'm keen on this one because when we saw it, I was like, oh, this one.
Yeah. Yeah, it felt like this was the best look we've had as well.
I also completely forgot it was like a roguelike.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it would be. You'd think it would just be like
platformer?
A kind of 3D platformer. But being a roguelike, I'm like, interesting. So we have to see what other roguelike elements it's got and how you kind of progress and power up and so on. Yeah. Oh. I'm missing a title. I'm missing a title of one of these games. How did I fuck this up? What am I doing with my life?
It's almost.
Oh, okay.
It's almost like you had a lot to list.
Is that Bub? Is that pronounced Bub or is that pronounced Bulb? What am I seeing here? Anyway, this game, I wasn't sold by it. However, when I watched it, I watched the whole deep dive and everything on this game. I was really quite moved by this.
How do you pronounce it? How do you spell it?
Really nice. Is it B-U-B? I think it's Bub. But I'm trying to just look for the title card and I can't see the title card. which is fine. Maybe that's why I kind of forgot that in the end. But yeah, so it's very, very like hand drawn, like very much like almost like an MS Paint kind of style. It's a narrative adventure game about like a struggling artist who's just having a general like hard time, and it was inspired by the story of one of the developers who ended up developing MS, you know, and just ended up having a bunch of health issues. And the story is also inspired by his recovery as well. Like, so he he has it, but he's come a long way, and being able to develop in games again because he wasn't able to because it was just destroying him. And like I say, I don't think this game is for me overall, like the type of game it is. However, hearing the story, please, if this seems like a game you would be interested in, check it out because there's so much heart in this. Their heart and soul went into this, and I really, really like. I was really moved by the story that they told.
Yeah, and the hand-drawn art style. They have parts where it's like it just looks painted and stuff.
And he almost looks like little cardboard, like, or paper cutouts, crawling along the floor, like, and yeah. So really, really quite different. Yeah, if you want that kind of story-driven game like that, kind of walking simulator in a way, then check it out. Dude, this game looks sick. Lazy River, coming out next year. It's made by the guy who made the Secret Hitler card game. There's a co-op first-person shooter set in a water park with, they say, an infinite lazy river. This is don't pee in the pool, you'll turn everyone into zombies. So essentially what happens is someone will pee in the pool and you're building a raft that you're sailing down this lazy river. And you've got to get the raft to the other side of the lazy river, ultimately. Right? And to escape the water park, you're fighting off these zombies with water pistols and balloons and pool noodles. Dude, Friend Slop is up in their game again. This looks incredible. The art style is great as well. Very, very stylized. Yeah, and like I say, it is a first-person shooter, but it is very different and like repairing and building your raft. And yeah, man, I dig everything about this game. This looks so much fun.
I'm looking forward to booting this up on stream.
Yeah, 100%. Game looks great. Next game, very artsy, very different. Prove You're Human. And AI believes that it is human, and you have to, they quote, put it in its place. The AI has a giant face on a mechanical arm, and the AI believes it has a body somewhere, and there's a bit of mystery in there. And when they're like, the woman, like, they had a couple of people talking about it, and when the woman was talking about it, she like, it cuts away and then it kind of redacts what she says and that, and it's like, oh, and she believes she's got a body, and then and you're like, oh, okay. they want us to try to, you know, figure out this mystery. I think as well, once again, it doesn't seem like a game that I want to play, as it's just, I'm gameplay driven, and it doesn't seem like it's a gameplay driven game. Very, very interesting concept.
And it is done by the team who made a game that I finished, which is very story driven, called 1,000 Times Resist. So,
oh yeah,
that
I remember you dabbling.
Story with that one, I did not see where it was going. When I thought I knew where it was going, I got lost. But then I was like, so interesting what they do with their next outing.
Next game, Ithaca. Once again, a very French game, which is cool. It's cool to see. Well, some of these other games weren't. Well, one of them wasn't actually French, but it just had a French person at the start. But still, a narrative road trip RPG centered around an environmental lawyer who discovers a hostage locked in the boot of her car. You level up character traits like logic, creativity, and focus as the character tries to deal with the situation and talks to people on the phone, pretending everything is fine. And I know I've said this before. I mean, game that's probably not up my alley, but I was like, this is a really interesting game for sure. Like, this is super, super interesting. The developer as well, he was very funny. He was a very like cynical Frenchman. I actually thought he was hilarious. I say developer, it was probably many of them, but he was the one presenting it. Cool. Hopefully does well. Really, really interesting idea.
Yeah. I was just like, I don't think this one will be for me, but cool.
Screenbound. So this is the 2D and 3D platformer where the 2D screen is on the Game Boy. We've seen this a couple times now. This time they showed off a grappling hook and so on. I think there's a good chance I dabble this game. This is very much up my alley. But we've seen it. We've seen it before. There's probably not much more to say. Shot One Fighters. So this is a roguelite 2D fighting game. You choose paths, kind of like Slay the Spire. So you've got these branching paths that you can choose. Seems like you can choose from, like, in Slay the Spire, you'll pick a card. This, you'll pick, like, a new fighting move to use. So, yeah, and there's times you'll pick from, like, buffs and debuffs and so on. It's like, next combat, you can't jump, kind of thing. This is a fucking awesome idea. And I feel like this may not have the legs, because I don't know if this is something people want, but I'm like, I am super interested. This is an instant wish list from me, for sure.
You ever feel like, oh, someone made a game just for me?
Yeah. Yeah, man, I love a good roguelike, and it is just the whole, like I say many times, I'm not into forever games. However, there's something about a roguelike of just booting it up and just knowing that here's a familiar experience that will never be the same. It's just, I'm not doing technically the same thing over and over, because you'll get different cards, you'll get different relics, and this one you'll get different moves. It'll never be the same run back to back to back. You'll fight a different boss this time than you did the last time. Yeah. This is a very, very cool idea, and the ceiling to this is potentially very, very high, and how deep you can get with fighting games. So, yeah, very interested. Apple Crumble, first-person game. It's kind of creepy, kind of cozy, kind of in a way, like walking sim, the mystery like detective game, where your grandma's 84th birthday and one of your family members is trying to murder her. So, like I say, another interesting idea. That's probably not my kind of game, but I was like, I'm super interested in seeing more of this. This is very cool. What do you reckon?
This one, I would probably have to do a rewatch of it. I mean, art direction looks cool.
Also, we've watched like 6 showcases, so not every single one of these games is going to stick in your head 100%. No. No, I've seen over 100 game trailers in the last like week, so yeah. But I thought this one was quite cool. Slap Out of It, coming out next year.
It looks silly.
Interactive. This is how they described it: interactive comedy puzzle sandbox where you slap things to solve puzzles. It's the only way to interact. Most in-world objects react to slaps. Ben Starr is the narrator. Perfect. Love Ben Starr. This is a great choice for Ben Starr to do as well, because he's so silly and self-deprecating. Yeah, this game looks very, very fun, very different, very out there. And it's funny, like, you slap someone, like, hey, stop that. You slap something out of their hands and they'll start crying. You're like, oh, shit. Like, everything seems to react.
Characters looking like they're a mixture of, like, Muppets and Bug Snacks.
Yeah, this looks fun. Super Ukulele Kart. So it looks more like Super Nintendo inspired than, like more Mario Kart. There was on the SNES, that one, or Super Mario Kart. I don't think ukuleles are strong enough IP for this, to be quite honest. I backed the OG ukulele on Kickstarter, so I'm not a ukulele hater. I'm just being completely genuine, and when I say this, I don't think ukulele is the franchise to do this. Maybe they do like a Crash Team Racing and they make the best kart racer of its kind and just absolutely nail it. I mean, a lot of these guys probably also made Diddy Kong Racing in the day, which I always rated Diddy Kong Racing way higher than Mario Kart 64, to be quite honest. Straight up, I just thought it was a much better game. So they could have the source, but I don't think Ukulele's that franchise. To be honest, Diddy Kong wasn't that fucking guy either back then, or now, to be fair. It was really in Donkey Kong Country, and that time had been and gone. However, they might be able to do it. I don't know, man. I don't know. What I saw from it looks fine, but we will see. We will see. Kind of amazing they did Diddy Kong Racing and not like Banjo-Kazooie Racing or something, eh? Because I think that would have gone off.
The closest thing to that was like Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts.
Oh, Steven, why'd you bring that up? God. I actually heard some people say that game's not as bad as people say. It's just not a Banjo-Kazooie game.
Yeah, they could have used any other IP.
Yeah, I guess they wanted to slap something on it to be like, hey, Banjo-Kazooie's back. And they're like, it's not really. Not really. Next game, Into the Fire. This is a third-person action game where you have to burn monsters, but the whole island seems to be on fire. So you have to burn the monsters, but then you don't want to be setting more things on fire. You have to also put fires out to save NPCs. Very distinct art style. This looks cool, man. This looks like a really cool and interesting game. This is why I fucking love indie games so much, man. This is where all the cool shit is happening. Not all, okay. We've actually seen a lot of good AAA trailers and shit as well. But people just try shit with indie games. People just try different out there shit, man. I love this. This is great. What do you reckon?
This one, I had to actually Google the images for it because I don't actually remember this one. But burning monsters, because I look in pictures like, oh, so you're a fireman.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. So we'll see anyway closer to release what it's like. The next game, Trine 6, bro. I thought they were up to like 3.
Apparently they got quite the following.
Together in Trine.
Apparently they got quite the following.
Yeah, Trine's a pretty popular puzzle game from back in the day.
Yeah.
They've done well. So releasing on the 17th of September. So it's a 2D action puzzle platformer with multiplayer. Busy. Looks good. Art style as well is great. They've refined the art style over time. It looks much, much better these days. Used to. Yeah, I'm not super interested in trying, but I am glad to see they're clearly still doing well.
Glad to see they keep on trying. Because it sounds like trying.
I'm fucking done with this fucking
It's been long.
Steven.
It's been long.
You know how I feel about your puns. I really enjoy them.
Thank you.
Yeah. And the last game of the showcase, When Sirens Fall Silent, which I actually think is a really good name, When Sirens Fall Silent, except when I butcher it. This at first, when I heard that, I thought this was about like, I saw the name first and I was like, is this about like, you're out on a boat? Sirens? No. It's about, so it's a first-person dark psychological thriller detective game trying to track down a serial killer while the police do nothing to help.
Hell yeah.
And you're all like investigating this, and you're in you believe is a serial killer's home, and you're like looking at these pill bottles and stuff like that. This is a really cool idea. Really, really cool idea. And yeah, looking forward to seeing if these guys got the chops to pull it off.
Yeah. I mean, at first I was just like, oh, I do like a psychological thriller and horror, but I like that in movie form.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, it looks interesting. Will I play it? Unsure. Will I watch someone else play it? Most likely.
Yeah. So yeah, good, really, really good showcase. Highlights. Once again, I want to highlight Bub because I think that was, say, not a game for me, but just hearing that story, it really moved me, and I really hope they have great success with that. Dreadmore. I think Dreadmore looks amazing. I think that was the highlight for me, and just the way they displayed that, I think is incredible. And the game that is probably most up my alley is probably Lazy River. Oh, One Shot Fighters gets a shout out too, bro.
That gets a shout out. I'm
slap out of it. Fuck.
It's
They're all so good.
Yeah, I would say a shout out to Shot Bomb Fighters, Dreadmore, Threads of Time.
Threads of Time too.
I've got to pick one more. It'll probably have to be
Into the Unwell.
That's what I was going to say. Into the Unwell.
Oh, fuck. Dude, I was thinking when I was looking at that, I remember saying to you, I was like, I think I liked Day of the Devs more than Summer Game Fest. And then when we were talking about it then, I was like, oh, no, I don't know if I found that many highlights. And then we actually went through them again. I was like, bro, there was so many fucking highlights. I do think I enjoyed it more. Both are good, though. All the showcases have been good. And I'm not one of these toxic positivity people either. I'm normally pretty negative. So I just love video games, man. So now we get to the last major showcase, and bro, thank God, we're 3 hours in already.
Yeah.
So they did 25 years of Xbox, which to me, Xbox still feels so young, but 25 years, and they showed off the green translucent Xbox Series X, which looks fucking awesome, and the controller. The only problem is that the entire backplate is black, and I wish that they did it because the I/O stuff, yeah, it would be difficult to make all of that out of that same plastic. I get that, but what they should have done is instead of having one major big panel on the back, is split it so half of the panel's that green and the bottom half is that black, and then it just looks a little less jarring. You're not going to see the back of the console. It's not the end of the world, but I think that it would have looked better just having that 70% of the green and then that 30% of the I/O stuff and black. But like I said, it's not the end of the world. You're not going to see that side. So that looked really cool. Not cool enough for me to buy one, but very cool. And they gave away, the people who were at the live show, they gave everyone one. I think there were over 100 people there.
Damn.
So they opened the show so fucking strong. It's unbelievable. Like, for me, this was probably my favorite show, and just in terms of will I play these games day one? Like, I was blown away. And I don't think I'm really an Xbox gamer overall. Well, I'm definitely a PC gamer, but I think because the Xbox 360 was probably my favorite game like generation, and I've got so many fond memories of playing with the boys. There's so many games I just lean to that are Xbox games. For my consoles, I went from Sega Mega Drive, PS1, PS2, Xbox 360, PS4, PS5, right? And I'm still like, yeah, but those Xbox games were real fucking good. So I'm not really an Xbox gamer overall, but I don't know, man. Just these franchises. They opened with Gears E-Day. I'm a fucking huge Gears of War fan. I fucking love Gears of War. I've got, because it was cheap back there, I've got that big ass Lancer, which is cool. That one wasn't cheap, but I've got that JD Phoenix because it was cheap. I actually like Gears 4 and 5. Maybe unpopular opinion, but yeah, I like Lancer, bro. That's good shit. I always wanted one of those. And look, but also PlayStation fan. I got an Astro Ball. So, third-person action cover shooter. So it's a prequel to Gears of War. So what happens in Gears of War in the lore, they have the Pendulum Wars, which is people fighting other people, more or less. And then this is like, so I think it's like 3 days after the Pendulum Wars have ended, E-Day happens and locusts fucking come out of the ground and they start fucking fighting them and they don't know what they are yet. I don't think the markers looked as thick as he normally looks, and then they put him in the armor. You're like, oh, yeah, okay. So they showed him running through the streets fighting off locusts, and the game looks stunning. It looks fucking beautiful. It looks really, really good visually. yeah, you never really got to see cities like this in the original game because cities were pretty much destroyed. You're finding a lot of destroyed buildings and things like that. There are some buildings that are intact as well, but yeah, this is showing it before that happens and turned to shit. It shows fighting in a shopping mall, which was really, really cool as well to see this functioning world before shit hits the fan. The locusts were super, super intimidating, and they're kind of leaning into a little bit of horror like the first game had. This game for me is absolutely a day one. I'm going to try and make my girlfriend play it. I don't think she's going to be keen, but I'm going to try. And it's not coming to PS5, they announced, because it was going to, and then they're like, nah, it's going to be an Xbox exclusive. And we will have more to say about this topic next week, but yeah. What do you think, Steve? What do you think of Gears E-Day?
It looked fun. I was just like, third-person shooter, mint. I don't know. I'm happy for the people it makes happy. Give me a horde mode and I'll play it.
Well, just you wait for the final announcement. So I'm absolutely fucking pumped. I think this was the game I'm most hyped for. Originally, I was like, man, I wish you'd actually finish do Gears 6 and finish that storyline. We shouldn't be rebooting. Well, it's not really rebooting. We shouldn't be going back to before those events. And then I saw this and I'm like, oh, bro, I'm all in on this shit. This is good shit. The game I'm probably next most hyped for, Fable. So Fable it was coming out 23rd of February of next year because they were like, oh yeah, we need to actually make sure we've got a good window for this and clear our schedules better because Xbox has a problem because they've bought too many teams that they release games at the same time and they overlap each other, which is just not smart business. So yeah, they needed to give it a better window. I still think Fable wasn't quite ready to come out because we saw that gameplay and I was like, that's looking like it's running poor. So I think there was also a little bit of that. But yeah, so it's a third-person fantasy RPG. So they're showing off a villain as well in this, or who I think is going to be one of the villains. She's sort of showing disdain for the other heroes. This is the first trailer they've showed with a serious tone as well. Like, Fable's been all whimsical and upbeat and real silly. And yeah, and I was like, this character doesn't seem like too evil, but I think she's going to get lost along the way, and it's going to be like she's going to try to do things her way, and it might be the wrong way. But I think the character seems really good. I really like that. And then right at the end, they showed Jack of Blades, who was the main villain in the first Fable game, who is evil as fuck. I was like, oh, bro, Jack of Blades in this shit? And that kind of confirms that it is pretty much like a reboot, more or less. Oh, dude, I was so fucking hyped when I saw Jack of Blades. Man, good shit. Day one for me as well. I can't wait for Fable. I fucking love Fable. And they're adding some of the life sim stuff in that was in like the later ones, like 2 and 3, which is less my thing. But I think having options is.
You mean you didn't like the minigame of making pies?
No, I'm a big Fable 1 enjoyer. Ultimately, I liked Fable 2, and then Fable 3. I was like, oh, this sucks. No, it wasn't that bad. It just wasn't as good. But I hear that you can't have a dog companion in this, and that is a little upsetting because that's one of my favourite things in games. I don't want a person with me, but I do want a dog.
A companion?
Yeah. Like Keith. He did a real slow turn up at me. Yeah, what do you reckon, Stephen? You're a Fable. You're going to be fabling and jabling?
I think I will. I remember I'm watching a mate play Fable 2. I'm pretty sure I have some of the Fable games wishlisted. But yeah, especially if it's a soft reboot.
Yeah, good starting point, I think.
Yeah.
Next game, Halo Campaign Evolved, coming out 28th of July. Nailed it. I said this would happen. I fucking said this would happen. First-person sci-fi shooter. Visually, it looks fucking great. They've nailed it. I think this game looks fucking stunning. The trailer was a little cheesy with Sergeant Johnson. He's always been a little cheesy. I don't know if they needed to go that hard on that, but still. Yeah, they've said the 3 new missions are coming as well to it, and hopefully they live up to Legacy of Halo 1. Oh, the only thing I really hope is that they fix the library, because that level fucking sucks. That's a dog shit level. But otherwise, the game is like perfect. I love Halo 1. Maybe my fucking third day one already on this. And it's interesting that this is coming to PS5, right? They're putting Halo 1 on PS5, and it's a remake, so I think it's probably a little different. But, yeah. Also, Fable was coming to PS5 as well. Just not Gears E-Day so far.
Yeah. That's the IP that they're iron clutching.
Yeah, some of it sounds like they already have kind of contractual obligations now. Like, it sounds like Fable, they might have signed something to say they were going to release it, and they're like, we got to do it. Halo, I think it makes sense but it's a remake, and then maybe you do like your new Halo game, and they're like, nah, you don't get this over here. You've had a taste for it, but you've only got the old ones. So, yeah. You're not really a shooter guy either, eh?
I was like, cool, more Halo. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Halo Studios look like they pulled it off as well. But we'll see. I'll judge once I've got it in my hands. Oh, they've showed as well. There's a third-person mode, which is interesting. I'd rather play it first-person, but cool that you've got the option. Resonance, A Plague Tale Legacy, coming out on the 27th of August. Third-person action game. Combat looks slick. I've always wanted to play these games. The other ones seem more stealth-focused. This seems a little more action. Crazy that this is the people who make Flight Simulator.
That's wild.
Yeah. So it might be a different internal team, but yeah. Game looks really good. I really should get to playing the other ones. I hear they're amazing. So yeah, but what do you reckon?
Okay, when I first saw this, I was like, "Oh, is this going to be is this like a Assassin's Creed spin-off?" And I was like, "Okay, no, because I haven't heard this series before. Interesting. I too will keep an eye on this."
This will be the third in the series, but I think this is a prequel. It sounds like. Next one was Persona 4 Revival, coming out 18th of February next year. The remake or remaster of Persona 4, which is a popular turn-based JRPG. Yeah, I mean, Xbox just kind of has to show off, hey, we're getting JRPGs.
Yeah.
Which is cool. It's good. They haven't had much of a foothold for Japan, so I think this is good. It's good to see.
Played the Persona 4, I think Golden, when it was on the Xbox Game Pass. I was enjoying it. So who knows if I'll pick this one up.
Next game is State of Decay 3, coming out next year. It's a third-person action shooter survival game. Cassettes. They showed a cassette. You're attracting a zombie with a boombox that's tied to an explosive, which I thought was a cool idea. So the music's playing, the zombies show up, and then it blows up, which is really cool. Showed off some zombie nests and a bit of base building. Showed co-op, some driving mechanics, some survival kind of stuff like crafting and that. Showed off different types of infected. I say, not so into these survival base building games, but this looks really good. Like, a lot of people still play State of Decay 2 as well. Xbox is quietly, like, kind of good at these medium popularity live service games. You know, like, PlayStation's trying to get this big live service hit. And other than Helldivers, which they've kind of done almost accidentally, because the ones they try on purpose, they seem to fail at. They push that, not at all. But then Xbox is kind of good at it, man. State of Decay is doing well. Sea of Thieves is doing well. Grounded is doing well. They're just kind of good at this in this space, man. It's none of them are blowing up like to an absurd extent, but they're just quietly ticking along. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing more of this next year, and maybe it's a game that if it looks like it's good, then me and the boys get on and play a little.
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
No, I'll be keen to play, mainly just with you guys though.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. It's not a game I'd want to play solo.
Nah.
There's a Sea of Thieves update. Custom Seas coming in the 18th of June. Didn't have to count on my fingers on that one. So they showed a Rowboat Royale, like a little Battle Royale rowboat cannonball mode. Skeleton Snipe Hunt, where you verse your friends. Showed us some new camera tools and new social spaces. Just a cool wee update and give you more flexibility and customization. So, cool.
Yep.
Metro 2039 coming out February next year. First-person shooter. Came up with on the screen as well. Proudly made in Ukraine, which cool. Shout out. There's almost Nazi-like flags hanging up everywhere as well, but being made in Ukraine, let's be honest, they're probably more likely to be closer to Soviet flags, but they had more of a Nazi look to them, admittedly. There's you're seeing soldiers in gas masks. You're seeing like shooting these zombie-like creatures and fighting soldiers. I've never been into the Metro games, but the people who rate them say these are peak. So, and this trailer did look very good.
I like in the trailer how you're getting blamed. It's like, you said you would defend the people. You said that you would do this. And it's just like, oh, and everything looks like it's turned to shit.
Yeah. So maybe the villain's justified. Who knows? Yeah, but looks good, and I'm sure the Metro fans are gonna eat this shit up. They hungry. He's got Bad Magpie coming out next year. It's got a high third-person camera where you seem to play as a bastard bird, man. You're just playing as a magpie bastard. It looks like you've got a broken wing, so you're not flying around, but you're setting things on fire and just being a general menace. Art style's great. The pitter-patter of the magpie hopping around, amazing. Sounds so good. That's what really got me with it.
Looks
like a fun little game.
Give me Untitled Goose Game vibes.
Yeah. Untitled Magpie.
Yeah.
Game.
It's got a title.
No, actually, Titled Magpie game. Next game, Wolong 2. Wings of Ember coming out next year in February. So there's a first-person action RPG Souls-like. I played the first and it just wasn't hitting for me. People were like, oh yeah, they're doing more loot in this because I think it's Team Ninja.
Yeah.
Who do the Neo games and that. And I was like, oh, more loot, bro. You're fucking losing me so fast. Oh my God. The game was good. It had potential. It just fell a little short for me. But I'm interested. It's based on Chinese historical figures and that. I actually did kind of get filtered in this game. The Lubu fight, who I mentioned earlier about Dynasty Warriors, was so fucking hard, and I was like, I don't like this game enough for me to hit my head against the wall until I beat him. Because normally I'm like, I do enjoy these games even when they're punishing, right? And I'm like, okay, I'll persevere. And that fight was unfun. I was like, nah. Apparently you get past that, and the difficulty goes back to what it was. No. So look, I may dabble, but
yeah, I gave the first one when I was on Game Pass a shake, and I was like, yeah, it's not sticking it for me.
That's fair. Next game, Join Us, a third-person shooter / kind of base building game. It's like a builder cult simulator. Up to 4 players. You can attract police to your police attention as well. And you've got to kill them. And it seems like if you're doing real well, the military gets involved. And then they show you almost like you're summoning like a Cthulhu-like creature fighting off like a police helicopter or something. So, yeah. I mean, not for me, but it looks like a bit of fun.
Silly trailer.
Cool idea. Yeah, very fun trailer for sure. Next game was a surprise, and I didn't think we were going to get one of these for some time, made by the Hellblade team in that universe. Senua, coming out next year. Third-person action game with stealth gameplay and sword fighting. Looks very brutal as well, very quite violent. it looks like a lot more fun than Hellblade 2 as well. It looks more like a video game, which is great. This is something as well I think I like about these Xbox games over like PlayStation style games, which I still like. I love God of War. They make video games, right? And Hellblade was not that. And then it looks like now they're like, okay, we're making a gameplay driven game in that world. I'm like, cool, great. I'm probably pretty keen to play this. So yeah, I think that's more up my alley. Any thoughts?
Well, all I knew about the Hellblade was walking sims, and I was like, at the time, I was like, I'm not really in the mood for that. But
I played the first one for maybe like an hour, and the gameplay was not bad, but it was not. I don't know. I was streaming it as well, and I was like, I like to just crack jokes and stuff, and I'm like, man, this is about this woman's mental health and that. I'm like, I just feel wrong, like making these fucking jokes, playing it with this serious subject matter. I'm like, nah, and I haven't gone back. That's fine. But yeah, this looks way more up my alley, so I'm interested. Fallout 76 Infestations DLC, and I got free daily rewards for signing in. I don't give a fuck about this, bro.
Nah.
Fallout 76 is actually a good example of saying about Xbox publishing, right? Has got, I know Xbox is also a big company under Microsoft, all these different studios, but this is another service game they've got under their belt. You know, like they do pretty well in this space, surprisingly. Doom: The Dark Ages Revelations coming out on the 7th of July, that one. 7th of July, 7th to 7th. Yeah, so everyone knows what Doom is at this point. First-person shooter. Depending on price, I might pick it up. I liked Dark Ages, but it was, to me, the worst of the new Doom trilogy. So, yeah, it looks like you've seen these flashbacks, but they almost seem like they're in the future, so I kind of don't really know what's happening there, and it shows like the old Doom shotgun, and hell has literally frozen over is the story of this. Yeah, we'll see. It's more Doom. It's not a bad thing. Getting a bit more vertical. It looks like you got some kind of like big spear or something, big kind of lance. Yeah, looks fun. Any thoughts?
I thought it was pretty cool. But then again, I haven't played Doom: The Dark Ages, but it did look pretty cool. A fair amount of the trailer showed him without his helmet.
Yeah, which I'm like, I don't need. I know it's not a Master Chief thing where it's like he is actually kind of more the suit of armor. Doom guy is kind of like, oh, okay, sure, now you can take his helmet off, whatever, because he always had the face as well. He always had the face down the bottom, but I don't need to know about Doom guy as a person. I just want to kill demons and that.
There were some level layouts that kind of looked like they were from like the original Dooms.
Yeah, that was interesting. So we'll see if they're bonus levels or you're flashing back through the past or into the future or however they do it. I'm not sure because it would technically be the future. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I hope though that when they finish this, I want Ed to do a Halo spin-off so fucking bad, man. I be done with Doom. Be like, cool, we're putting Doom on the shelf for a bit, and now we're gonna make a spin-off Halo game, and it's gonna be a violent, fast-paced Halo action game that, you know, something different. I think would be fun. Crazy Taxi World Tour coming out next year. Opened with The Offspring, which is iconic for Crazy Taxi. That's as a song they'd used in the past as well. So it's a driving game where you've got to try to get people to their destination in time, and it's just hectic. This is big for all the Sega Dreamcast fans out there. I don't know if I ever played it, but I saw someone play it at the New Brighton Library as a child.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It's the only memory I really have of this game. People, I think it came out on Xbox later as well. People who like Crazy Taxi fucking love it though. So, yeah. Cool. Anything to say?
It didn't show us gameplay.
Not really.
Nah.
It's pretty short.
It's quite short. I mean, the last time I got my fill on Crazy Taxi was a mini game in Infinite Wealth where you're like collecting burgers and doing tricks.
Sometimes. Age of Empires 4 Raiders of the North. It's coming out fall of this year. And so DLC, the classic RTS franchise. I assume it's going to be a new campaign, a new faction or something. Cool. Age of Empires is iconic and probably like historically the most popular RTS franchise, not in current day, but I feel like Age of Empires 1 and 2 got played by everyone and their dads. And that's a game you go around to your friend's house that didn't play it, and their dads who were like, nah, I don't like video games. Like, oh, you've got Age of Empires, I want.
Yeah. Yeah.
Age of Empires and Flight Simulator, man. It's just like the history buff
Civs.
day, like, oh yeah. Yeah, Civ is the other one. Civ is one of those ones. There's a guy who I currently work for one more day. He's like, I hate video games. Video games are dumb. Love Civilization. It's just the only game he likes. Minecraft Dungeons 2 coming out 29th of September. So it's a Diablo-inspired action RPG. I really enjoyed the first game, man. I'm gonna be honest. I actually thought the first game was really fun. It's got the Minecraft aesthetic and that. My problem was it wasn't enough of a Minecraft game. There wasn't like actually mining and crafting in the game, and I think that should be a mechanic in there. Shouldn't be spend the whole game doing it, but maybe there's secrets where you've got to mine through certain walls and something to find secret chests and things like that, and getting certain resources to help you craft things at your base, like hey, upgrade a weapon with these resources, something like that. I don't need it to be the whole game, but I think when you're using the IP of Minecraft, there should be some mining and some crafting.
The children...
But I actually really...
The children yearn for the mines.
Yeah. I actually really enjoyed the first game, though. I think it was actually decent. I think I finished it in like 20 hours or something, and I was like content. Played on Game Pass. So, yeah. But you'd be like, it's good, not great kind of deal. So hopefully this one they can make it great.
It's better than bad, it's
make
good.
Minecraft Dungeons great again.
I gotta be honest, this one didn't really do anything for me. I don't...
Yeah, it's because you're a bitch.
Yeah.
Dude. That's because you're a fucking bitch. Fuck you.
I think, no, that and it's just like, I'm not really that invested in Minecraft.
No, I'm not a Minecraft guy either, to be honest. I like, though, me having an top reaction of you saying you don't like Minecraft Dungeons. Oh, fuck you, friendship ended with Steven. God, yeah, but we'll see. We'll see once it comes out. Next game, Magicians: The Devil's Deal, coming out next year. It's a first-person shooter, but more of a spellcaster. It looks like you'd made a deal with the devil, and it looks like it's time to collect your soul. And so he's possessed the townspeople who'll try to attack you, and you've got to fight them off by casting spells from your wand, essentially. I imagine you unlock different spells as you progress and stuff. I thought this trailer was really fucking good and had almost like I wouldn't say it's anything like BioShock really, but there's almost a BioShock-like quality to this game. That's like, this game looks great, man. I really like it. The vibe was great. Visuals were great. Gameplay looked good in those wee snippets.
I'm gonna say it. This was, and this is surprising for me, this was my highlight.
Oh, shit. Yeah. I think deserved. I think this was great. I think this was a big standout for me as well. This was like probably the top 5 because, there's a lot of games I like in this Xbox showcase, to be honest.
I mean,
yeah.
Just when he's chucking the cards at the people, I was like, oh. And then spells.
Yeah. Very, very fun. Almost this campy, like over-the-top devil character. I dig it. Looking forward to probably see a little more of that. Probably like, give me a trailer end of the year for the Game Awards, and then release it first quarter 2027. Perfect. That'd be great. Valor Mortis coming out 24th of September. So this is the first person action RPG Souls-like. They said Souls-like themselves. Just throwing that out there. With a bit of platforming as well, and a bit of almost like grappling hook. So it's swords and guns and some supernatural powers. Appears like you're playing as Napoleon as well. Set in the either the late 1700s or early 1800s, because when Napoleon was around. It's pretty high up my list, to be honest, man. There's a demo out that I'm going to play as well. This game looks great, man. Visuals are great. So I was like, I imagine you're out, but I think this game looks really interesting. This game also looks like it would be a very good VR game as well. I get the vibe, but I don't think they're releasing it on VR.
I think the concept's cool, like being a first person, like Souls-like. I don't think it's my jam, but I'll happily watch you play it.
Yeah, man, you're such a fucking game
Yeah.
I want to watch other men enjoy my video games. Cuck. You come round and I'm just like, got a chair right over here for you, Stephen, in the corner. And you're like, yeah, play that game so good, Lewis.
Yeah, I was just like, please play harder.
Oh, show that game who's the boss. Yeah, but I like the look of this game. It's very, very up my alley. I'm like, as well, though, I'm like, hey, yeah, tell me about this, what was the... Why have I forgotten the name of it? Stranger Than Heaven. Stephen, tell me about Stranger Than Heaven. You give me no shit for it not being my type of game. And every time I'm like, oh, Stephen, I can't believe you. No, I understand our tastes are very different. We got a little
different,
crossover.
but the same in some aspects.
Yeah, I think we gravitate to like some platformers and things like that. Similar in that regard. And some fighting games.
And roguelikes.
Indies. We actually have a lot more crossover in the indie space, I think. In the AAA and the AA. Elder Scrolls Online, introducing the Thieves Guild in the 8th of July. July. Why'd you lying? Dude, you can tell it's getting late for us. Like I say, I try to be objective with these things. I've got no fucking interest at all in this, bro. I have negative interest.
Yeah.
I hope they're eating good. I was surprised a few weeks ago we talked about what are the most popular MMOs right now. And we were like, oh yeah, probably Final Fantasy 14. Turns out Elder Scrolls Online has way more players than Final Fantasy 14.
Really?
I was like, what the fuck?
Really?
I don't know a single motherfucker that plays this game.
Really?
Yeah. It's actually doing pretty well. Once again, Microsoft, Xbox. Technically, it's under Xbox, but it's under Bethesda, so it's kind of separate. But in the live service space as well, kind of doing good. Not having a Fortnite, but still having success. I know they're low key, just kind of good at that. Even though these are all things they've acquired, still. Yeah. Hopefully people enjoy that. Thieves Guild is beloved in Elder Scrolls. So. Flight Simulator 2024, the National Parks update coming out on the 4th. Oh, is that 4th of July? America.
What a pleasant trailer for this.
Yeah, dude. Aesthetically, this game's beautiful. This is stunning. I'm not really a flight sim guy, but man, holy shit, this game was beautiful.
Yosemite mentioned.
Like one of the best looking games I've ever seen. Sorry, go.
Yosemite mentioned when they're showing off the landmarks.
Yeah, dude, Yosemite?
Yes.
That's crazy. I did unironically pronounce it Yosemite at one stage. I was like... I had a Twitch viewer who was probably like 16 at the time correct me. I'm taking English lessons from... Oh, Yosemite's probably not an English word, to be fair, but taking English lessons from a fucking child. Gross. But to be fair, we've got Vegemite and Marmite. I don't know about this Yosemite. But yeah, this game looks stunning, and I think there's a really cool update for people. If you just want to go fucking crash your plane in the Grand Canyon, mate, it's right there. Treat yourself. Where Winds Meet is out now on Xbox. It's an online open world Souls-like, set in ancient China. Is Mr. Souls-like? I didn't last an hour in this game. I couldn't get into it. I think that the online part of it is it just feels a little off. It's fine. Can't like them all. Not Stephen.
Not a Stephen game.
Castlevania Belmont's Curse coming out on the 15th of October. Bro, 40 years of Castlevania. Crazy. 2D Metroidvania by the Dead Cells team, and it oozes their style, for sure. Like you just killing vampires, taking names. Castlevania is back. What do you reckon?
Yeah, no, it looks good. It looks good. But I do have that thing. I was just like, oh yeah, no, so I can be down for a Castlevania. I get lost and frustrated.
Yeah, I get that. Metroidvanias are like that, eh? It's just and you look at a map and it's just like, what am I looking at right now? I got a bit of that in Hollow Knight and Silksong, to be honest. Actually, and the OG Hollow Knight. A little less than the OG. I remember once I was streaming it, and Chris he was like, yeah, I had to check out your stream because the weird squelching noises of this. I was in the sewer, and these like noises that this little creature was making. Chris was like, I just couldn't keep hearing that fucking noise from that creature. I was like, fair enough, man. Next game. Oh, the Vivarium. It's like a what do I call them? Terrarium, but it's like a Vivarium. Yeah, we'll just call that. Fuck it. Coming out next year. Got a Studio Ghibli like aesthetic, and it's a third person adventure game where you and yeah, it was interesting. There's like a clock up in the right hand corner. Seemed like a bit of a cozy game, and I was like, okay, yeah, whatever. You're in this little forest, and then the trailer reveals that you're in this tiny little terrarium in a house, and you're like, oh, okay, interesting. So
I think this game looks real neat.
I could see you enjoying this. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I would love to hear about it once it comes out.
Yeah. No, I'm keen on this one.
Yeah, really nice aesthetic, eh? Next game. I feel like I'm not going to say what this is yet. I'm just going to read it. So, show this like black and white cemetery in the rain, and you see this shadowy figure, and I'm like, interesting. What is this? And then it reveals that right at the end, Persona 6. Like, oh fuck, okay. I think this is early development. I don't think we'll be lucky to see it next year. It may be it may be 2028, or it may be late 2027. But the big surprise for me was day one on Game Pass. Like, Xbox and Atlas have got a good relationship, as they say. Like, they build it up, and sure, they're getting paid a bag, but cool. This trailer showed very little, but maybe we're going to get more of a dark and edgy Persona, because, Persona started off a bit dark and edgy and then gets a little bit less. It still has weird penis monsters and things like that, but they kind of saved the more edgy stuff for Shin Megami Tensei. Got to say it fast so you don't hear how badly I pronounce it. So, yeah, pleasant surprise. Next game, long-awaited return of Spyro, Around Beyond. Spring 2027. It shows Spyro flying around an open world, shooting a few fireballs that kind of seem to lock on and home. We need to see a lot more for me to be hyped for this game, because I didn't like when they're like, Spyro's flying around everywhere. I'm like, this is not really a platformer anymore. So I am happy to see the Purple Dragon make a comeback, but I need to see more before I'm truly hyped.
We saw a small snippet of him flying and doing lock-on blasts.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm not... That trailer doesn't make me super hyped. However, it's Toys for Bob doing it, who are a good studio. So it'll probably be good. Next game, Clockwork Revolution. This is coming out next year. This is a first-person shooter RPG. Very Bioshock inspired. We've seen this before. Showed off a cast of very British characters and a couple of robots, which I quite liked the cast. Some people said it was very millennial writing, but there's a little bit of that, but I don't think it was too bad. I don't think it's too egregious. It's very steampunk, and there's some time travel and time manipulation involved. This is the other game that is not coming to PS5, which is a surprise. I think this game looks really good. I think it has a heap of potential. In Exile is usually more, they are known for the Wasteland series, so they're more the CRPG guys. So this is them doing a big kind of scale, first-person RPG. So yeah, I'm very interested in seeing what they got when it comes out next year.
Yeah. No, this one looks interesting, but yes, no, I definitely got like a Bioshock Infinite vibe.
Yeah, specifically Infinite, like more than the others. Yeah, I'd agree. And then they were like, we're going to round out the show now. Everyone's going to be so chuffed with this next one. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4 DMZ mode coming out on my birthday. So, first-person extraction shooter mode, but set in North Korea to be the enemy, which I actually think is, first of all, I think it's a good idea because your game's not going to be sold in North Korea regardless. So when you make it China, the Chinese get upset and they won't have your game there. You make it North Korea, who gives a fuck because they weren't going to sell your game there anyway.
Really?
Yeah. North Korea doesn't allow anything in. They're not allowed. They kill people for sneaking movies in. Unapproved movies.
Yeah, that's right.
They've killed people. It's fucking crazy. I thought the trailer was pretty boring, to be honest. This is their extraction shooter mode. We already knew this game was coming out, and yes, and the reason this showcase was saved because they did the Gears of War E-Day deep dive straight after this. So this was the last trailer, but because they did that deep dive at the end, I was like, okay. You saved it. I think they should have saved the Gears of War E-Day trailer right for the end and then gone straight into the deep dive. I think would have been the better idea to not end with Call of Duty, even though they might look at it like, yeah, Call of Duty does numbers, but everyone's like, who fucking cares? It just doesn't excite people. You might play it, you might enjoy it, but it doesn't excite people. But there's a chance I'll play it. I'm not opposed to it. I've enjoyed Call of Duty in the past. I enjoyed Black Ops 6. Didn't play Black Ops 7. Yes. Any interest Call of Duty? Nope. Cool. So the Gears of War deep dive for E-Day. They showed the visuals and the destruction of, which looks insane. Looks really fucking good. And I'm like, yeah, I feel like we're not going to get Gears 6 though. I hope they do, and I hope they use this tech for it. You see the big city slowly get destroyed over time, which I think is really cool. A lot more mobility options, like jumping over gaps and sliding. Horde Siege, 12-player Horde mode. So you've got 3 squads of 4, and it looks like you fight super bosses at some point as well, like maybe Brumaks and other giant enemies. It's fucking awesome. I fucking love Horde mode. This for me is peak gaming. Playing Gears of War 3 with the boys back in the day. This might be my best experiences gaming of all time. I love this shit. So, yes. So, 20 years of Gears of War is fucking crazy. So, yes. Highlights. What do you reckon? Oh, what did you say before? Magicians. The Devil's Deal. Yep. For me, very, very obvious with mine. Gears, Fable, Halo, of course. I think Resonance Plague Tale looked really good. Senua surprised me. It's not high up, but I'm like, that looks better than I expected. Obviously, Magicians looks amazing. Valor Mortis. And Clockwork Revolution, I'm definitely interested in as well. So, great stuff on that showcase. Probably, for me, pound for pound, the one I'll play the most of. But really, really good stuff all around. So now we've got the two we're going to skim over because I think they were much lesser showcases, and yeah, honestly as well, haven't had the fucking time.
Yeah.
Just straight up. We streamed last night. Yeah, I would have needed probably another 3 hours spare just to get through these last two, but that's fine. Another Door, and now I've got the Steam blurbs for these ones as well. So, Another Door is a multiplayer turn-based roguelike with monsters, despair, risk, and betrayal. Hide your intentions, bluff to survive, and bet on your luck. Will you back out or venture through another door? I think this looks like a really fun game to play with the boys, and I definitely think it's worth checking out. After Quest is a fast-paced roguelike RPG with tactical turn-based combat. Build your party choosing 3 heroes from a growing roster. Experiment with endless build combinations and experience a character-driven story where defeat only makes you stronger. I think this game looks really, really good. Also, most of these games I have wishlisted because I just think, yeah, there's some really, really good, interesting games in here. This is Impulse, but it's pronounced Impulse, or spelled Impulse, like EMP. It's an upcoming fast-paced 6v6 movement shooter. Wall run, grapple, hollow jump, pilot mechs, and paint, and as an acronym for some reason, your way through freeholds, vertical streets. Outmove your opponent or get outgunned. So kind of like a little bit of a spiritual successor to Titanfall. I think this game looks really, really good. I bet DT will be on board as well. So maybe I'll play some games of this with the boys. But I don't think I'm going to be sweaty enough to be any good anymore because I am 33 years old and don't play shooters very often. Shroom and Gloom, probably the most Lewis-looking game on the list. Gather and grow cards in Shroom and Gloom, a moody first-person roguelike double deck builder. Bursting with fungus, foes, and mountains of mega combos. I think this game looks incredible. The art style is fucking this beautiful but gross style. I think is really good and really eye-catching. I think this looks awesome.
I think I saw like Northern Lion playing an early access of it.
Yeah. That sounds about right. There's a demo out now. I've installed the demo, but I might just wait for the game, but we'll see. Also, demos are back in a big way, man. That's crazy. And Beast of Reincarnation. Of course, this is the Game Freak's kind of action RPG. So yes, Game Freak's brand new title, Beast of Reincarnation, is an action RPG fused with real life and turn-based combat. Experience the innovative one-person, one-dog action RPG. I actually kind of love that. It's kind of cheesy, but I dig it. In the beautiful yet harsh world of Beast of Reincarnation, what awaits at the end of Emma and Ku's journey? Yes, I think this game looks really, really good. Very excited for it. See what Game Freak has got, because haven't had much in the tank for a while, it feels. As much as I actually did enjoy Scarlet, as much as it ran like shit. Pokemon Scarlet, context. Total War Warhammer 40k. So I don't care for Total War. It's a very, like I say, very specific type of person. But I think this is the best thing they could have chosen for Warhammer, or for Total War 40k. So not for me. My boy Matt Code is going to be fucking all over this. He's going to lose fucking weeks of his life in this. It looks great. So if you like Total War and you like Warhammer, this game might make you fucking just nut in your pants. And the last one of the PC Gamer Showcase for our highlights is Exodus, which is looks like a spiritual successor to Mass Effect. We've seen this fucking heaps already. We don't need to see this anymore. You just need to get the game out, I reckon. But if you were craving Mass Effect, this looks like the game for you. This looks really good. I'm not a Mass Effect guy, but I do plan on one day actually playing it. I do want to play through the trilogy at least. So, one day. But yeah, not bad, but I did see a comment on the showcase, or like someone was like, yeah, the PC Gamer Showcase really just gets the leftovers from the other ones, doesn't it? And I was like, yeah, kind of. It kind of does, but there's still some good stuff in there, and I'm glad they picked some very PC picks, like Shroom and Gloom, very PC, like Another Door, After Quest, very much PC games through and through. For my money, Impulse is also PC because it's high movement, but you could also play something like that on console for sure. Now we've got the Nintendo Direct. Stephen, I think, will have a little more to say on some of these ones as well. So half these games, and the reason why this is a shorter one as well, is a bunch of games that are already out on other platforms or have trailers already, so we just don't need to. There's I can't remember if Resident Evil Requiem was on this or maybe Code Veronica. Well, sorry, just Resident Evil Veronica, but it was like, this game that's already announced elsewhere. We're like, nah, whatever. So Orbitals, they showed off again. Still looks great. Great art style. I absolutely love the aesthetic. It's got couch co-op or online. And it's got the game share function, so one person can buy it and both of you can play it.
I'm excited for that.
It's great. Yeah, it could be a game to play with your missus. Or we'll make our girlfriends play it with each other and we'll play it together.
Good strat.
Oh, God. Xenoblade Genesis coming out next year. So it's a massive one. Third-person action RPG. Showed you as well riding around on a mount in the open world, a horse-like creature, and at one stage a dragon, fighting large beasts, casting magic, swinging swords. Fans have been wanting a Xenoverse game for a long time, so great. Are you a Xenoblade fan?
Yeah, so I still need to finish Xenoblade 2 so I can get 3, because 3 also had my attention. It's just there was a period in time where my Switch wasn't getting much play at all. So now they got Switch 2, and they're going to be doing a I think they're doing a graphical update for Xenoblade 1 and 2 for the Switch 2. So going to get amongst.
Gee. I'm just setting a reminder for tomorrow morning because I'm not going to have enough time to sort of some podcast things out tonight, so I'm going to flick you a screenshot tomorrow morning for the thumbnail. Sorry, I was like, I need to set this now or I'm going to forget. But yeah, man, it looks great, and yeah, I very much was like, I could see Xenoblade being a Steven franchise for sure. I hear great things for people who like this style of game.
Yeah.
So. Star Fox coming out on the 22nd of October. So a free demo's dropped. Looks like a Star Fox game, but man, looking at it, I was like, this reminds me of the gummy ship fucking combat like mission in Kingdom Hearts, and I'm like, I don't know, man. Don't know about this. Very like on rails, like yeah, because it's very much inspired by the 64 version. So that's all right. Any interest?
On Star Fox? Not particularly.
No. I unpopular opinion, I want them to do like a Star Fox Adventures, which has got a bit of like flying your ship around, but more of a like kind of like a game where you explore planets and maybe a platform and kind of act like a Ratchet and Clank kind of game. Honestly, I think that would be a fucking cool idea with Star Fox. And I think you've got enough characters that you've rolled through 3 different characters with different movesets or something. I don't know.
That sounds way more enticing.
Yeah. And then when you fly to the planets, you play through essentially like Star Fox levels to fly to the planet. And then once you've unlocked them, you can fly again or you can fast travel. I think would be an idea. I think that could be really cool. Final Fantasy Resonance, 22nd of October. HD 2D turn-based RPG. Dude, this game looks fucking sick. This looks so good. So this is like a classic style Final Fantasy. If you like Final Fantasy 1 to 6, I say as a person who's only played Final Fantasy 4 out of those games, this is the game for you. This looks excellent. It's a classic Final Fantasy. It's all about the crystals. Yeah, man. I think this game is going to be fucking excellent.
I'm very much looking forward to it.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's going to release on other platforms, but I think this game looks like it'll be great on the Switch, to be quite honest. So yeah, great pull for the Switch. Love to see that. Duskbloods is getting a closed network test in the summer. It's hardly a fucking update, man. This game was supposed to release in like first half of this year. What the fuck's going on from Software? I think they're trying to iron out. I've got a game that's all about online play, and I think they're trying to fix their fucking shitty online play. I say about my favourite team of all time. It's just not their strengths. So they did it actually a lot better in Night Rain, to be honest, but still not perfect. So yeah, I'll probably play the closed network test because I love this shit. And we will see when we get more information. Dragon Quest Monsters coming out on the 3rd of December. Oh, I mixed up my thing. It's Dragon Quest Monsters, the Withered World. Yeah, 3rd of December. The love child of, why did I say Monster Hunter? Dragon Quest and Pokemon. But yes, it seems like as well you fight your monsters, you kind of catch them in a way, and then you fuse them together and make bigger and stronger monsters. This game looks fun. And Akira Toriyama's art is just so charming.
Yeah, I was just like, another Dragon. Oh, okay, it's a spin-off game, but yeah, no, it still looks nice. I'll
yeah, very.
I might dabble it because I didn't dabble the last Dragon Quest Monsters, but we'll see.
It was good, and I think the Switch is a good home for this type of game as well. We've got Splatoon Raiders coming out on the 23rd of July. Single player Splatoon game. And look, I could see a bit of Donkey Kong DNA and a bit of Zelda DNA in this. And I'm like, Nintendo, be careful. What makes Nintendo so good is all their games historically stand out from each other so much. And you're starting to fall into the Sony trap of making these games too similar. They're not the same, but they're starting to overlap a little bit. And previously, you didn't have this issue. If you look at Mario Odyssey and you look at Breath of the Wild, for example, on the Switch one, there is like almost no overlap in those games. They are very different, very distinct, and you're starting to kind of toe this line. And you end up like with people like me who are just sick of the Sony formula, and I'll just be like, I'm just not interested. I'm not interested in Splatoon anyway because I'm a 33-year-old man. But you need to kind of separate these a little bit more. Would be my advice for you, Nintendo, who's listening to this podcast. It's going to get fucking 5 years. I'm sure you've got an executive right on this, don't you? And then they'll like get in the office. They're like, "This Fatu man speaks the truth." Show different weapons and gadgets to use as well. You level up as you progress, and you get upgrades for your character. And they're doing a direct on the 30th of June. Doesn't look like a bad game. It's just I don't have any interest in the Splatoon IP. To be quite honest,
like Splatoons. I sleep.
Bro, do another ARMS. Give me ARMS, bro. I look, if ARMS goes on sale, I'm buying it because I want to. I found out later you didn't have to use motion controls, but I was too late to it. But I think ARMS has got a really charming art style. I just don't. Splatoon, I just see everything. I'm like,
kids game.
Good kids are ugly.
Baby
and that's fine.
game.
Like Nintendo's great at doing these kids games. Like people were like, oh, you man, grown ass man complained about a kids game. It's like, you know, it's not for you. Shut up! Don't tell me that. So I get it. But speaking of kids games, Kingdom Hearts 4 actually looks way less like a kids game than any of the others. This is showing off like massive Heartless in a city in the, I say real world, but it does look like to appear to be the human world, which they showed off previously. Visually, this game looks fucking great. Like, they've modernized the Kingdom Hearts aesthetic. It looks really good. The combat looks fast and flashy and fluid. All the 3 Fs, you know. It shows you protecting people from a giant Heartless as well. I think this game looks really good so far, and I hope that they do this as more Kingdom Hearts, more Final Fantasy than more Disney. Do both, but Kingdom Hearts 3 was too much Disney, not enough Final Fantasy, and I hope that we can get a little the other way.
Kingdom Hearts 3 just felt, instead of having, like, merging the Final Fantasy and Disney worlds, it just felt like, okay, you're going to do story beats of
Frozen
and Tangled.
Tangled.
It's like, ugh.
When it's not even you being like an outsider in the world where you're not supposed to be. It's just kind of you're along for the ride, and you're like, Kingdom Hearts 3, considering it took forever, that game was so disappointing.
You got to play out trailers.
Yeah. So this looks so far, and yes, there's going to be Disney worlds, and that's good. Kingdom Hearts needs that. It's what it's about. But yes, I think that this looks like a step in the right direction, and I'm looking forward to it. I didn't think Kingdom Hearts would win me back over. I thought I was fucking done after 3. Also, apparently the DLC of 3 is actually very good, but I was like, I'm done with this shit.
No, thank you, sir.
So yeah, I can't believe I'm saying it. I'm looking forward to a Kingdom Hearts game. And the last trailer, The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time remake, releasing this year, which I'm surprised because it's just a CG trailer. But it's happening, which is awesome. Millennials everywhere are ordering Switches. One of Alex's friends, Caitlin, she's like, damn, guess I'm buying a Switch too.
I bought mine just at the right time.
Yeah. You did. Yeah, good shit. So from this one, I mean, obviously for me, Duskblood showed fucking nothing, but it's still my most anticipated. Final Fantasy Resonance, I think, for me. For sure. It looks incredible. Like I said, Kingdom Hearts 4 looks great as well, but Final Fantasy Resonance, wow. Great trailer. Looks like an excellent game. Really looking forward to seeing what that game's about.
I'd have to say it's...
Of course, Ocarina of Time.
I'd have to say Resonance. Yeah.
Yeah. 100%. And maybe Xenoblade up there for you as well. Yeah. So, look, that's our fucking showcase episode. It's about midnight here. I got to get up early for work tomorrow. So, just under 4 hours. And also, last time we went over 4 hours with the software, it fucked out and it gave me real problems. So, it's good to end now before we hit the 4 hour mark. We're 3 minutes. Well, it's going to be about 3 minutes short. That's great. This was a lot of work.
There's a lot of games.
I've joked. I'm like, bro, I've spent all these hours on it to get like 5 views, but man, I really have a good handle now of what's coming out, and I'm glad. I'm glad, man. Just it's so many good games. We're in like it feels like we're in a golden age again. Like we're in a weird age where there's so many games that come out that are fucking rubbish and half done, and then we've got all these other excellent games. It's just there's so many games. There's so much to choose from. If you can't, like, when people at the moment go, oh, there's no games, you're like, what are you talking about, bro?
You're up to your ankles.
I just talked about fucking I just talked about 12 fucking pages of video
12
games.
meticulous pages.
Like 14 pages. Yeah, dude, if we actually talked about every single thing on those other 2 showcases, we probably would have got to 14 pages. I also need to give my voice a rest because that was a lot. Yes, thank you. If you made it this far, oh my god, you're a fucking champion. I love you. I want to give you a little forehead kiss. I'm tired. We'll catch you next week for our regularly scheduled episode. So thank you so much.
Thank you for the ride.
Bye. Peace.